What's going on, everybody? Hot Jukes here with Mustache Dave. Welcome to day number 5, aka week 2 of the PUBG Mobile Pro League Americas Scrims. How's everybody feeling today? How you feeling today, Dave?
Oh, how I feel? Hey, I'm feeling good, man. Week 2, day 1, 5, 4 casters. You saw it there, the graphic. I mean, it has all the information for you guys. Oh, man, I can't believe. What do we have? 4 days off? 4 days off from last week's scrims. I'm hoping that a couple of these teams, they're going to use this week and really, you know, flip the script, Hot Juice. And I think you know what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it big time. As a matter of fact, over those 4 days, I got to actually interview some of the different players. I got to talk to Jat G from Pittsburgh Knights, who was the ex-hometown team, and that was just a super interesting story right there because they made it in PMCO 5th, so they actually didn't qualify by 1 point. And when I was talking to him, he was mentioning how, man, we all wanted to quit. We were all done, but then Pittsburgh Knights came and said, hey, you know what? We want to give you guys another shot. Let's come and make it happen here in the Pro League. So I'm really looking forward to see how they perform, as well as some of the other teams that are kind of struggling here today. But before we get into all that, let's just do a quick little, recap, I guess, of how this tournament is ran. We're going to start off with the point system. And as you can see here, Chicken Dinner is going to give you 15 points. Going on to second place is going to give you 12. Third's going to go 10. And then going down the line, we've been talking about this a lot, right? 13 through 16, 0 points.
Oh, man, and we saw this really impact the leaderboard last week. A lot of these squads down there on the last page, their total placement points, they're hovering around, there's even a team with only 6. So 6 to around 22, and that's only in placement points. So, yeah, you gotta really try. Honestly, though, I was kind of looking at this this chart the other day, and I was thinking to myself, if I'm a team, and if I'm playing in this lobby, I'm really not going to be satisfied unless I'm in a top 5 situation. Because, yeah, 4 points is okay for 6th place, but that's only 4 kills. If you had to equate it, and then 7th place is only 2 kills. So I feel like if you want to be one of those consistent teams, in order to be really happy with where you place, I think top 5 is where it's at, because that's 6, 8, and 10. So this point system is really challenging, and a lot of these teams kind of figured that out the hard way last week.
And the crazy part about it is every game that we've seen, I mean, it's 22 minutes in the game, and there's still 13, 14 teams alive. So that's the crazy part, is that we're getting to almost final circle here. Teams are going out and thinking, okay, we probably made it top. Nope, you only got 1 point, and I think that you nailed it right on the head. Top 5 is really the only thing that's worth it. Other than that, got to get some kills on the board. But hey, speaking of the teams that need to get kills, let's do a quick reminder of all the teams that are playing today, some of the best in the world. We're going to start off with Group A. And as you can see here in Group A, we're going to have Execute, Klaze Esports, Wildcard Gaming, BDM Esports, Team Queso, Alpha 7, Tribe Gaming, and XSET.
Yeah, right here, Group A, the group of destruction, pretty much. Loops, they finished in 1st place last week. Wildcard finished in 3rd place on the overall leaderboards last week. And I recall B4, yeah, they're not here. They also finished top 5. So this group in particular, hard, heavy hitter.
Man, I mean, you're right. I mean, Loops, they were crushing it last week. They believe they ended up in 1st place. Wildcard was right there, right behind them. So, I mean, yeah, Group A, stacked lobby, to say the least. Moving on over to Group B.
Group B, you got Cloud9, you got the Knights, HQA, Tempo Storm, Defeaters, Nova, Ace1, B4. Here's B4. Okay, they're Group B. Oh, that's what happened. The groups, they got switched up. They got switched up, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, okay. Pulling a fast one out here. So, yeah, looking at this group, Cloud9, they got 8th place last week, Ace1. I mean, Ace1, I recall looking back at them last PMPL Season 1, they were always such a consistent team when it comes to placement points. You never really see them until the end, where it's what? They're in 4th place on the overall leaderboard. Where have they been? And it's just one of those teams, like we said, with the point structure and how it is, constant top 5s. All the way up there at the top. I mean, they had around 77 total placement points with 46 total kills. So it's just one of those teams that they kind of favor playing the zones rather than getting into some engagements. So pretty solid squad from Brazil.
And that's not easy. That's not easy to be placing that consistently against all these other squads. Another, quick reminders, you got defeaters in there, from PMCO. They grinded their way to there. They got the legendary Lights Out member, Richie, a.k.a. my #1 fan. Love that guy. And man, these
AKA
guys
best
are
swimmer.
Best swimmer in all of North America, and that was proven for sure. For those of you guys that haven't seen the VOD, go check out the first week. It was some of the most insane PUBG Mobile games I've ever seen. I'm not even exaggerating, not in the slightest. Last group we're gonna have though for the evening is gonna be Group C, and then Group C we got G25 Gaming, 19 Esports, Brazilian Rampage, Influence Rage, Metagaming, Klaze Esports, the Unnamed, and INTZ.
Yeah, I want to see more from Klaze. Kind of similar to what we were talking about with Ace One, a team that favors positioning, a team that favors placement points. They had around 46 total placement points last week with only 20 kills. So if they can kind of even that out just a little bit, I feel like that's going to be a squad that we could easily see on the top page.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, the other day I got to talk to one of the players from the Unnamed, and this is a really unique team. They all live here in North America, and they all speak Vietnamese. And they're a squad that's only been playing together for about 2 weeks, so they're still trying to get that synergy down. Hopefully we'll be able to see them kind of pull it out here in the end here eventually. But we'll have to see. We've got a lot of matches here today. And as we go on over to the schedule, you can see we got 4. We're gonna start off in Erangel, the new Erangel. Oh, it's one of my favorite maps, hands down. Then we're gonna go on over to Dave's favorite map, Vikendi. Oh man, every single Vikendi circle has just been insane. Then we're gonna head over to the jungle in Sanhok, and then back to the desert in Miramar to finish things off.
Yeah, so today and tomorrow we will have 4 games each and every day, and then the final 2 days, 5 games. So pretty similar to what we saw last week, to pretty much give all these players the most optimal time per map to really get in here, practice, and burst each other. Because, I mean, as the name indicates, PMPL Scrims. So pretty much this lobby, well, it is the lobby for PMPL that is, next week? So yeah, I mean, I just really hope. I saw, in the chat last week, and it's kind of funny because it's always after they get wiped, right? You see a team coming there, like, this is just scrims. We're having fun. Hey, that's cool and all. That's cool and all. But honestly, like, are you gonna be saying that next week in PMPL? Like, it's only week 1. We're having fun. Like, you can't really be in that mindset, in my opinion. You got to come into these games, into these lobbies, and really try to crush it.
Yeah, I think so, especially if you're a squad that we've seen like quite a few of these teams like pick up new members or haven't had a lot of experience playing at this high a level. So they just got to be, doing what they've done before in the past. One thing though too is that when I was talking to some of these players last week, they're also kind of concerned in the back of their head if these teams are actually using their strats, because I think at the same time, you have to have that concern. You have to have that concern of like maybe, they're trying something a little bit different to kind of throw them off the scent. But at the same time, I don't know because you want to get the best practice you can, right? Especially right now because it's the only time you get it.
Yeah, that's also kind of, that's one of the I want to say excuses. It's only scrims. Yeah, it's only scrims. It's only scrims. That's an excuse. And then another excuse is that we don't want other teams to see our secret strategies.
Of course.
I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's got the same strategy. Don't die and get the chicken dinner. So it's kind of hard. Yes, the #1 strat. Try not to be in the blue zone for Sanhok, and in some teams' cases, avoid the boats at all costs. All in all, though, I feel like we saw last week a couple teams, so I know I'm harping on it a little too hard here, but I feel like last week we saw a couple teams really utilize the scrims and really try new plans. They tried new strategies that, personally, I just haven't seen that team do before. So I really like that. I mean, they might not use it next week in PMPL, but it's better to try it now. If you do get wiped out on a failed rotation, it's like, okay, well, at least we're trying new things, and we won't do that again type of deal.
Yeah, you know what? One thing I got to say is maybe that was that's why I'm really looking forward to today's games, because maybe that was just like their week 1 strategy for scrims, right? Like, hey, you know what? This is that opportunity to kind of just feel it out a little bit here. But now we're in week 2. This is the last opportunity you're going to get for practice. And this is the best practice you could possibly get for PMPL, which is just around the corner. So I'm looking for teams to just kind of come out swinging today. And speaking of that, let's look at last week's overall leaderboards before we get to it now. A quick reminder, everybody that's watching, this is a brand new week of scrims. So the scores are going to be reset down to 0. So we're going to see all these squads just kind of like start fresh here. But let's look at week 1 to see who was at the top of the leaderboards before that ended. And you can see here, it's Loops, man. And while I was talking, by the way, Dave, when I was talking to some of these other squads, everybody was just talking about Loops, man. They were like, "Oh,
are they?
Hey, which team are you think that's gonna win?" A lot of the squads were saying, Loops. A lot of the teams that, who would you like to fight against the most? Loops was at the top right here, and you kind of
they said Loops.
They said Loops. It was all Loops, and they said that and if you look at their numbers, you look at their kills. One even player even mentioned how, like, man, when it's like fighting against Loops, you knock one, and it still feels like you're going against the whole squad. It's insane. So I'm really looking for. You mentioned this before, and I want to see if your thoughts are still kind of true on this. If you are the #1 team during scrims, do you think that these other squads are like going to be paying attention to you a lot more, and do you think that could hurt you come PMPL time?
I mean, in the mindset, looking at it from, I'm going to kind of change it a little bit here. Looking at it from what you're telling me right now, because you actually had the opportunity to speak to some of these players, and just kind of taking into consideration that this is scrims. Honestly, if I'm a team looking for some practice in gunfights, with that mindset, what you just told me, I feel like I might want to drop near Loops and around Loops to try to get, quickly, not like drop on top of them type of deal, not a hot drop, because at the end of the day, that's just not good practice for anybody, in my opinion. But drop near them, right? Drop near them so that you have enough time to get the loot. And then after you get your loot, your armor, your meds, your weapons, then go take the fight. And to answer your question, I definitely feel like, yeah, all these teams are looking at Loops. I mean, if you come into 1 week, you get 100 kills, it's hard not to look at you, because, I mean, you're always in the kill feed, right? You're always in the kill feed. So, honestly, are Loops going to do it here again this week? If they do, then I'm worried about all these squads when it comes next week in PMPL. That's the truth.
Yeah, these squads are going to have to come bring the heat. They're going to have to bring it now because, yeah, you're right. I think that it does bring a lot more attention to Loops. At the same time, though, I mean, if they're all mentioning Loops, the intimidation has to be there, right? You got to see some of these squads maybe a little bit shook when they get a knock on that player, and that little hesitation can mean do or die. We're looking at the second page right now. You can see we got Team Queso, Nova, Influence Rage, even 19 Esports, all getting chicken dinners. But if you look at their overall points, yeah, not nearly near like what we saw on the first page. I mean, that just goes to show you, I think, that when it comes to this new scoring system, it's so unforgiving. Like, you have to be consistent constantly.
And to go back, just one more time, the Loops thing, teams being intimidated, I feel like the next 4 days is the time that, PUBG Mobile, they're giving you to kind of face your fears. And I think face your fears here and now. So if it doesn't work out in your favor, you kind of brush it off. And then by the time you get to PMPL next week, you're like, okay, it's just Loops. We're not too shook. We're not too afraid of them anymore. Because we won gunfights versus them in the past. So I'm hoping a lot of these teams, especially these teams on this page and the next page, can kind of do that. And you spoke to the Knights. They said they were about to quit. The whole squad was about to quit last week before getting picked up. Well, hopefully this week they come into with a better mentality. They realize, okay, this is our second chance. Like, we're here. We're in the big league. Like, let's show them what we got.
And I mean, at the same time, I think it kind of makes sense. I mean, can you imagine, like, working so hard to get to PMCO, getting there, and by the way, Hometown, remember on their first day at PMCO, they crushed it. They were in the top. And then, unfortunately, just having a couple of rough days after and not making it by 1 single point. That's got to be devastating, especially. But at the end of the day, the light was shined onto them. It showed that, hey, you guys definitely put in the effort. Pittsburgh Knights picked them up, and I'm really looking forward to see them pick it up, as well as HQA. HQA, 6 placement points over that many days. I think that is definitely something that we all didn't expect to see.
I mean, I mean, look at their kills, okay? They have 30 kills, and then above them, the Knights with 17. Above them, the Feeders with 20. So if we were to look at them with only kills, they should be around that 18 mark on the overall leaderboards. But I feel like they might still be playing in that mindset of last season with the point structure. They have to realize, like, 6 points in placements is not a good thing. You cannot afford to do that when it comes to PMPL. So hopefully this week we see them kind of alter their play style a little bit more to try to make sure, try to secure a couple placement points. You know, if you get in a team fight, you lost a team fight, you have one alive, don't send them in. Don't send them in to try to get revenge. Like, just say, go, you know, go snake it out, which we see a lot of teams do. But when it comes to HQA, we didn't see that at all last week. Like, they just full-blown committed. They're like, okay, you took out my squad mates. Well, hey, I'm coming up next. Let's see what you got type of deal. And most of the time, they would just get clapped. So, yeah, you got to have that insurance policy.
Yeah, and it makes it, but the one thing, though, that you mentioned earlier, and I think it's a big thing, I think top 5. You have to get into top 5 because, I mean, up to, like, 8th place, right, is 1 point only. So you
yeah,
got, I mean, that is just.
After 25 minutes.
After 25 minutes, you get to 8th place, you know, and you only get 1 point right there. So at the end of the day, with this new scoring system, I mean, it just goes to show you got to rank in that top 5, I think, like you mentioned, every single game. But we got the players locked and loaded in the lobby, everybody. So get hyped, get pumped up. Week 2, day number 5 of the scrims. Let's get right into it. And here we are, everybody. You can see the plane looking over this beautiful, brand new Erangel map. And man, when I was talking to all these players, they were so hyped about this new Erangel. They love it. You know, this new cover, the new terrain, just the way even the sky looks. There's a big difference here. And
yeah.
Also, I was talking to some of the players that I was talking to, they said Tommy gun. It's like an Uzi, but with 50 rounds. Some of them are choosing this new Tommy over the Uzi nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw the update, when I saw it come out, I saw the stats, faster rate of fire. You can use the red dot, you can use the hollow. I was like, I tweeted, I said, hey, this is the time. We're gonna see a meta change up. It used to be M4 Uzi all day long. I feel like now that Tommy gun, especially after last week, we're starting to see that Uzi kind of get swapped out. We actually saw a couple team fights, Uzi versus Tommy last week as well. And I think it's dead even. You know, obviously it comes down to hitting your shots, but hey, it's going to be interesting to see kind of the meta shift and change moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it as well. I love the fact that just now there's just more options because honestly, you know, the M4 Uzi, as much as fun as it was to watch, you know, it's good to see that, hey, guess what? Now that 45 actually makes sense to be picked up, you know, with that new Thompson out there. So looking at it here, we got the first circle here of week number 2. And it's looking to be a little bit on the west side. It's going to be pretty fair for pretty much all the squads here. You got B4, BDM all dropping into the military base island. So you're going to see them probably loot up pretty quickly and start heading back up north. But oh, we're at built up, baby. XSET and Klaze getting into it. And Seba with a quick knock and finish. Look at that, Joey. Got that SKS.
SKS in hand, Juicy, VSS. We got all the weapons in the arsenal right now. So let's see, Klaze. I was looking for them to get a little more kill hungry here this week. Try to practice that. We know they can get those placement points. Dropping out here is a good start, but you don't want to lose one. So if I had to guess, they're probably going to go on full retreat mode. Orlando going to be over there across the street in that second story. Angry. Throwing a smoke. Looks like they might be aware of Orlando's position. Orlando needs to hunker down.
Yeah, they're pretty spread out right now. So, oh, look at that Andres. Trying to catch him with a single tap. Unable to get the finish. Good return fire there from Nico. Oh, though. Rambote gets a double knock. Orlando. Oh, caught him slipping. And that's going to be a dual finish right there. Oh, XSET. Huge mistake. Too aggressive.
Yeah, they had, what, one smoke, right? One smoke, and they all tried to make their way across the road. Orlando forced to reload, saved just in time from Angry from across the way with the VSS. I thought Nico was dead to rights right there, but now it's coming down to it. We got a 2v2. Oh, man, it's dead even, dead even.
I think at the end of the day, though, this is still going to be kind of a loss for both of these teams because now they're going to be stuck with a duo for the rest of the game. regardless, I mean, XSET, they got that first initial knock and finish, and with having, that man advantage, you're thinking, okay, hey, let's just go and press across the street and try to get it done. But I just don't think they had enough information right there, and just got caught on a really tough angle. And man, that's Juicy and Joey just out early right now. You can see Nico with some nades trying to make plays. I mean, XSET, they're pissed. They're like, hey, Klaze, this is Milta. This is our house. We don't want you guys coming here.
Oh, Nico trying to fish him out. Is going to be able to find exactly where that enemy is, Andres. Cooking their grenade. Oh, changing their mind. Tommy gun in hand. Oh, actually going to be pushing back, though, into the comfort of the building. Trying to get that grenade off one more time. No helmet onto Andres. Needs to be really careful here. Not to get shot in the head. Could hear the footsteps. Or we're going to jump down, catch them off guard. We'll see what's going to happen here.
I think that's exactly why. Yeah, I don't blame him at all because he realized that Nico has the AK, no helmet, no vest, one bullet. You're down. So Andres has to make the perfect play if he wants to beat Nico because Nico's got a helmet and a vest right now. And he found a level 3 vest. I mean, it's a little beat up, but still. One bullet from Nico, and Andres is down.
Yeah, Andres knows they're kind of stuck right now. They're going to be firing some bait shots up here in the stairwell. Pretty much just trying to buy them some time. While their squad mate, we see them, they're trying to rotate. They're trying to catch an off angle. Nico might be a little too tunnel vision right here.
I think Nico's kind of waiting for his teammate, too. I think he's waiting for Angry on the other side. But Andres catches Nico and gets the finish right there. I think he just jumped down. Oh, and here comes Angry. Oh, caught him. He's 1 HP. Oh, 0 HP. I thought he was might get knocked on the jump.
Jumping down, trying to retreat back to their squad mate over here. Angry, full-blown revenge mode right here with the jump in hand.
Does he have
a level 2 helmet to work with? Needs to be careful. Andres able to heal up over there. Angry, the ball's in your court. What is the play here?
New angle, just trying to get at some a new one here, and you're gonna see him cross into the street. Probably try to pre-fire this. Super aggressive right now. I mean, XSET, they're just pushed. They've just been full pressing this whole time.
Yep, Angry using their last painkiller. No meds after this. Just a dream. Just a dream to get the duo wipe right here. Does have the jump. I don't know, though. Do you take this fight, or do you just kind of pull off this one and try to loot up, get some more meds, and maybe get on out of here?
I mean, I think you take that fight if you were able to, after he was so low, but after this reset, I don't think you really can. But who knows exactly, like at the end of the day, I mean, it's scrims, right? I mean, it's I hate to say it, but it is scrims, you know, like, hey, if you want to go ahead and, just call this one a mulligan and try to just work on your individual gun skill, then by all means, you're allowed to do that here. But, oh, Andres Tommy.
The angles.
Yeah. That's it. So that's going to be Klaze.
I wonder if it was Klaze. I wonder if it was because it was Klaze. They're like, nah, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Because last week, Klaze, they were good with the placement points, but they weren't too hot in the fighting department. So I wonder if that was kind of one of those factors. Like, back to our pre-show segment, like, if that was loops, for example, would XSET have been so aggressive there? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always so interesting to kind of theory craft. It
makes sense. And also, too, you got to have to consider, like, you know that these teams are fighting over spots right now. It's G25. Italox getting some shots onto loops, and wow!
Hey, speak of them, then they come.
Oh, and they caught Dadin right there. Quinto getting it done. Now remember, this is the old Creme Real Betis squad right here. So now they're picked up by G25. I mean, you got to feel good being able to bully a couple of loops members like that. But like I was saying earlier. You know, come PMPL time, you want to have your drop spot secure. If you look at all the big name teams, like Cloud9, Loops, their drop area, nobody contests them. And that's a huge advantage. It really is. Being able to just loot for free, not have to worry about that early game, and then just kind of rotate on out, it's huge. So I can kind of see why maybe, if we're just theory crafting here, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't really know. I mean, it's possible that, XSET's like, hey, let's just kind of bully Klaze to the point to where they don't want to drop Milta. So, who knows?
It's also unfortunate too, because what if that was Klaze's spot, you know, like
True.
when they were practicing, you know, playing their normal games, PMCO, all that stuff, like they made it here because of that drop spot, but now that they're in this lobby, they're kind of forced to decide, like, do we continue dropping here in our tried and true, or do we go somewhere else? You know, do we go somewhere else? And really, it comes down to, we saw it last PMPL, what was it, boot camp on Sanhok, wasn't it? Like, it was like Loops and Tribe? No, they fought tooth and nail almost 3 weeks. I think it was the last week, the 4th week, that finally one of the squads kind of pulled off. But by then, I feel like the damage was already done.
True. And I think the big point, too, is like with XSET pushing that so hard, regardless of whether Klaze wins it, they have to think about it now. They're like, hey, we lost 2 players. If we're going to keep dropping Milta and XSET's just going to keep pressing us, we're always going to like have a high chance of losing a member early on. And that's just not something you want to do, especially come PMPL time. Every single point matters, especially with this new scoring system. So at the end of the day, both of these teams are going to have to kind of make a gamble, right? And decide, hey, one of them's going to have to move out most likely. Oh, Nova and BDM! Nova moved out, though, at the same time. Just allowed BDM to move for free. You know they got to be feeling that one.
Same exact time. Yeah, same exact time. Maybe Nova, they spotted the push across the road. It didn't look like they were properly set up for that bridge cap. AZ, the 360 barrel roll. We'll be landing that one. Pretty sweet over here. BDM, they put on some plays last week. Ooh, I hear some gunshots happening over here. Looks like the Knights trying to take some shots out there on the Cloud9 up there in the hills and the forest, just to make sure that Cloud9 are aware, hey, do not crash these compounds.
Yeah, you can just see like Cloud9's map awareness, just, you know, putting all the vehicles in that bowl. It's going to be nice and safe right there. I love this new area right here. This is one of my favorite changes to the new Erangel map. And I would love to see more circle finishes in that spot, because every single one, like the last time we saw it, it was just insane. So that's where I'm kind of hoping this zone goes, but we'll have to see who is going to be the one blessed. Saw JatG just adjusting that 6x right there, and PK is just holding this complex down. You know, just trying to play keep away right now, saying, hey, don't crash on us.
I mean, we had one ending here last week. It was what, Team Queso, Execute, Loops. I felt like they all were kind of uncomfortable in that end zone. Like, there's different sandbags, there's different guard towers, some burnt out BRDMs. Like, there's just so much cover, and the zone just kept collapsing in on top of it. Not only that, it was like an uphill battle. It's a little tiny hill that all sits on top of. And yeah, what a interesting, I'm gonna say interesting fight that was. And I feel like that's why we got the scrims, because these teams, they have this opportunity to kind of practice fighting, you know, in these types of the new terrain that the map offers here.
Yeah, and you know, like at the end of the day, like you can, this is a new update. You know, a lot of changes have been made, and even if you're a squad that's like, you know, studied that kind of area and did the research, you're not going to be able to get this level of practice anywhere else but here. And that's even for the teams that are at the highest level, right? Because, you know, if you look at, you know, Loops, Cloud9, these guys have been playing competitive for years now. And they know this map very well. At the same time, they haven't played a fight in that area until then. So I'm not surprised to see, like, some players, you know, looking a little uncomfortable, not seeing the normal fluidity of movement that we see because, hey, I mean, you gotta be able to adapt to change. I think we saw some big changes here. Will we see a big change in the circle? Oh, it's going that way, Dave.
Oh,
the zone's going that way.
Nice.
It's a possibility.
This is real nice. B4, they are gonna have the military base circle for now. The thing is, you know, where they're gonna go next. I guess they're just gonna wait there and see exactly where the next shift does take us. I'm looking over here though. Execute, Fairy Pier. I think we had a Fairy Pier ending last week as well. That was like right on the actual dock. So we'll see if that's going to be the same case. I see Loops trying to wrap all the way around. Looks like the Knights might be aware of that. But really, the teams all the way up there in the north, Jukes, I mean, what's your take? I mean, we see them all in those vehicles, but honestly, where did they go? Like, where are they heading?
I mean, they're stuck right now. They have to push down really slowly, scout everything out. The problem, though, is like trying to push down into this area, you can just see it's all open field right here. So they're gonna get shot at like crazy. But hey, smoke play, good driving, and screaming at the top of your lungs. We get a good driving. Look at the kill feed. Sky is getting the knock on to Italox with the vehicle, and Pepito.
Got a lift kit.
Yeah, popping up right there. And you can see Tribe just kind of holding the top of this hill right now, putting some shots on the tempo down there. Really interesting to see. Man, G25 HQA.
Cloud9, they must have moved out of here. Weren't Cloud9 in this area as well? Just a couple moments ago.
There's a lot of different bowls in that hill. I think they're a little bit further back, but I'm not too sure. I haven't seen the map in a second. Oh, the run over. The disrespect
confirm.
from Quito.
The confirm.
Yeah. Only circle 3, so
Worth
they can
it.
still eat a little bit of blue.
So yeah, if you didn't have the opportunity to kind of check in with the scrims last week, pretty much Erangel, it has trenches, barricades, abandoned tanks. Milta Power got a upgrade, new layout. Corey has 7 warehouses, prison, more walls. You know, interesting terrain to work with. Just all around general update, visuals, the sky, the land, the water, everything's looking mighty good over here. Oh, Meta though finding themselves kind of pinned down right now. It's gonna be our squad, Brazilian Rampage, little boy Garcia. Looks like they're trying to get a little sandwich action going on right here, taking some shots into the smokes.
Yeah, and this is a really strong kill by these yellows. You can control a lot of rotations, but they're gonna have to push up. But you see little boys just making away ever so carefully. And Meta's worried about Klaze right now. Meta, I'll say little boy can just pop up and play spoiler. He gets 1.
Surprise!
Hello. Over that tree. Gasmy gets a great knock onto Sentry. It's all up to the little boy now. He's got that Uzi. Oh, but here comes the nade. Oh, the nade's
trying
coming.
to spray those feet.
Oh,
Yeah, trying to spray those feet onto Gasme. Zed, though, all the way down there on the low ground, able to catch Gasme off guard. Luquitas and Abdul. Now the last 2. Oh, I take that back. Only Abdul. There's only 1 more up for Meta right now. Little boy getting really aggressive, trying to confirm these kills, get those thirsts. Abdul actually going for a revive right there. Forced to peel off that here. Garcia just straight up send it with the Dacia, trying to get that run over in the smoke. Abdul, the 360 Dacia bait play, wasn't able to pop into it and just send it on out of here.
What?
He's gone. He's gone.
And he's out of there. Wow. What? I mean, that was the most, like, shimmy play I've ever seen right there. Absolutely insane. Pepito's getting the heel off, trying to pick up the rest of his team. But talk about the bait. Just gets in that dossier and says, I'm going to go ahead and take this out of here. On to safety. What an insane play. And we're looking at this next zone that already came on up. Unable to see it right now. But it looks like it is going to be straying away from Barry Pier. What an insane finish.
You don't normally see that. Yeah, you don't normally see that being successful. I mean, we see it sometimes, but not successful. I feel like all that chaos, you know, the smokes, and not only that, the crash. Wasn't Garcia like YOLO crashing it, trying to get the run over? I mean, just the timing right there for Abdul really paid off. And not only that, Abdul is going to be in the zone. We'll see if they can attempt to continue to survive. Oh, sending that US off-roading right here. Just got the new shock absorber, so that's good. So, okay, they're there. They're in it.
Oh, man, you can see him trying to do some vehicle shenanigans and just getting caught out. BDM, I mean, they are aggressive. They want to take out B4 really bad. That nade might be good, though. Let's see if it is going to connect. Doesn't look like it so far. Rafa, getting naded himself. They are stuck out right now. BDM just trying to get this reset. Blue's
they're
coming,
like right on the cusp, too, of the zone. Right there. Mixed Zero is going to be connected on, though. That might open this one up. They still have these UAZs to work with as well. Surprisingly, B4 didn't have to just blow them up for that vehicle explosion damage. So we'll see what BDM could do here. As I say that. Yep, pulling one up.
Max has got a beautiful angle here. Yeah, such great shots there from Levi. Oh, but Max is getting shot in his back. Third party. We're not sure from where. And both these teams are fighting outside this circle. I'm surprised to see BDM really play this aggressively. And he's going to just drive on in, get caught instantly from Maxin.
Interesting.
Oh, they're in big trouble. Oh,
yeah.
The M249.
Classic gatekeep right here. Classic gatekeep, I mean. Just B4 keeping BDM outside the zone. and taking them out. Taking them out right there. We'll be able to secure that loot before repositioning. They're going to be in it for the time being. Nova at the gas station. Brazilian Rampage right there. Tribe right above them. On the cusp of getting into a heated fight here. And still one up for Klaze. We see them swimming on the minimap.
Just trying to survive right now. Yeah, BDM didn't really need to take that fight. They could have just rotated on to another angle or stayed even where they were at, but they just got that knock and they just really want to take out B4. So definitely a learning experience for them. Loops is still up. Who's going to get this next circle, though? That is the question that everybody is asking themselves, including these players. And it's going to be Tribe, Brazilian Rampage, and Nova. So all these other squads are going to have to get the move on right here. And they are in a big position to get, gatekeeped like crazy right now. And you can just see Loops is on the move. Let's see if they're going to be able to make it in here. Tribe or Tempo might help them out.
Andres, though, happy with that one. I mean, talking about placement points, you're a big chillin' right there. Kowalski going to be pulling up with their squad mates, Federal and Carrillo, right there on the edge. They're able to kind of cut off, execute, get into the zone before them. Ooh, they actually got a little shack. Need to be careful, though. One grenade, that could spell disaster right here.
Oh, yeah. One nade in there, it's all over for Loops. But there's a lot of squads pretty separate right now. Tribe is really focused on Tempo. I'm surprised that Tempo was able to push up this hill relatively for free. Now we're seeing a lot of knocks come out right now. Circle 5, this is where the action happened. So far, almost 20 minutes, 11 teams alive.
Yeah. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the placement points. These teams, they want to get top 5 every single game to be satisfied. With what they got. We see Nini, BT, M249 up there in the kill feed, but the main fight right here. Tempo, they've been kind of taking some shots back and forth onto Tribe. Little do they know, they got Cloud9 snaking it right behind them. And ooh, what is going on over here? It's great. Zute, yeah, Execute pulling up onto Loops and quickly swapping on over to Tempo Storm. It's just all-out mayhem happening right now. We saw Tensa get an explosion onto the Knights.
Yeah, I think that was a squad wipe right there. Beautiful shots from Tensa. And you can just see the rest of Tempo laying down, trying to play this as passive as possible. Trying to survive. And you see Cloud9. Cloud9's one of the best fighting teams. And even with their position, they were just snaking it on up right now, just trying to survive.
Ooh, King Hay about one HP right there. Oh, he got knocked, ended up getting knocked. Oh, man. By Spec, yep, Spec. This is interesting. I mean, they're tossing out these smokes right here. Okay, because they got Rain is going to be knocked down right there. But we're not crawling towards Rain. Who's getting the revive?
Looks like another teammate was able to get it, barely at that time. And you can see Spec just pushing up more and more aggressively. I love, Tempo's use of smokes right now. They're just trying to buy some time, get the reset going. Really, really strong smoke play coming out from Tempo. A lot of teams still alive, still 10 teams remaining. This is still 1 point if you get taken out right now. Insane.
Yeah, Nova's looking really good just because they have some really solid cover and they have 4 alive. That gas station, they can really move around and maneuver and catch off angles. Federal, last one alive for Loops. Looks like Zute, last one alive for Execute. Tensa, though, going to be spawning out Tribe, trying to reposition in that Nasia. Popping up real quick. J7, Tommy gun in hand. King A was recently revived. Nasia. Wide open field right there.
Done.
And is connected on from J7 with that scar.
Yeah, Tempo just catching, Tribe slipping just a little bit right there. That's going to be 7 kills for Tempo. And they still got 4 up right now. And it looks like the next circle as well. Cloud9, they've been sitting pretty. They're going to have to push up into Tempo, though. And they know it. They've already picked up 4 kills so far. Still have 3 remaining. But we'll have to see if Bayo is able, what he's thinking right now. Because he may be able to get a good rotation if another squad pushes up on Tempo. But maybe they'll use Pyro as bait. I'm not sure. Let's see what the play is. It's going to be a tough one.
The discipline, though, they've been hearing all these gunshots. But instead, deciding to just stay in that snake position, let everybody fight each other out. And now, top 6 situation. So I really like it. And they have a couple kills as well. So we'll see what Cloud9 and Tempo ended up doing. Klaze, Andres actually wasn't able to scale up that cliff. Still going to be alive right there.
Still surviving. And yeah, you're right. I mean, just look at Cloud9's patience. Now they're starting to diligently push up through the smoke, though. Great shots from Tensa, taking out Pyra. Adder, so wavy on the run. He's going to get taken out as well. There goes Cloud9 in 6th place. So Zute in the blue zone healing up, getting more position for his squad. And man, Tempo is just running with this one so far. 9 kills.
9
Nova has
kills.
5,
Nova with 5. AZ right here behind the tree. Looks like they're cooking a grenade, getting ready to toss that one on top of Brazilian Rampage. Will be inflicting just a little bit of damage. Garcia going to be popping out some smokes right there, making sure to protect both entrances for this warehouse. AZ, M249 in hand, though. I mean, if Brazilian Rampage, if they decide to walk out into the smokes, which I believe they have to do because the next zone does not favor them, they're right there on the cusp of it. Oh, AZ is just going to unload.
Yeah, you can just see he's got that squad wiper in perfect position. Will they drive up? Will he catch him? He waits. Oh, gets caught by Rain!
What? Unlucky.
So unlucky right there. I mean, Rain was just waiting to pop those shots off. Nova still alive, last member up. Putting the pressure on with that 6XM4. Beautiful spray. But man, this looks like all Tempo Storm right here.
Up here on the high ground. Man, I wanted to see AZ fire the M249. I was so ready for it. And then Rain said, bop! Right there. I don't think so. So we got 3 teams to go. We got a solo from Nova, Suki. We got 4 up from Tempo up here. They have some cover. They got 10 kills. They got the DPs. They're ready to go. And then 1 up for Brazilian Rampage. Spec going to be pulling up right there on top of that crate as well.
Gorgeous. And you can just see Tempo is like pre-firing that shack so Shuki can't possibly, you know, blow up that vehicle at all. And Spec is going to make his own little fort with a crate and a vehicle. Perfectly placed. And that's going to be the position the rest of Tempo is going to try and get to. You can see Tensa. He's got his eyes locked on Brazilian Rampage right now, though. That's the real threat here.
Suki actually tossing a smoke. Okay, couple smokes right there.
There's nothing Suki can do. Like, can't peek at all.
Yeah, this
dead instantly.
You're just gonna go out to the blue. So it's really Brazilian Rampage right here. They got 2. They got Zed. Oh no. Oh, Suki's also pinned down by them as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say Suki. You just gotta stay in that shack. The second he steps out, like literally everybody wants that point. Tempo has 10. Oh, and make it 11 right here. If they're able to get that last finish. Spots up. Oh, it got him.
Dead.
Oh, play zone.
They're done.
Play zone took out both.
Play zone. Suki got second, at least second right here.
Suki.
For Nova. Still gonna be healing on up right here. Tempo.
Oh.
They know they got this one in the bag. Suki popping their head right there, saying hello. Final goodbye. Second place for Nova. First place, winner, chicken dinner for Tempo. Tensa with 6 kills that one game.
Ooh, fear the storm. Tempo Storm coming in hot right off the bat. You know, they had a good solid, you know, week number 1. At the end of the day, though, especially, you know, like after talking to HH and all these other guys, like they wanted to come in, you know, hot, really hot here. And this is the way to do it. And also, yeah, this is, you know, HH24 not playing right now. It's J7 here for this starting off this match. So at the end of the day, great finish for Tempo. Nova coming up in second. Kazuki, man, just like holding that ankle, you know, getting it done.
3 kills too. They also got 3 kills. Looking down there, oh yeah, I forgot about that XSET fight very early on. Yep, they were taken out in 16th, HQ way 15th, influence range 14th position. So Brazilian Rampage, 3rd place right there. Also good change-up compared to last week for sure. So just a reminder, the leaderboards, if you didn't catch the pre-show, everybody started at 0. Clean slate Thursday out here. So with that one, you gotta assume Tempo Storm at the top.
Number 1, baby. You know what? And you know what? Let's just go ahead and confirm it right now and move over to the scores. And as you can see here, Dave was not lying, as we're gonna look at page number 2 first. You know, a little mix-up. And you can see Loops with 4 points. Everybody thought like, oh, Loops was in first place. Nope, this is 9th place. You just got you baited, guys. Let's look over at the page number 1. And you can see here that it's a very, very empty right now. Very empty page.
Empty.
Love to see
like
it.
my cup because I needed some water. But really, though, Erangel, pretty solid game. Pretty solid game. Number 1 of all these teams that got to come in here. Tempo, though, they just dominated, though. I mean, they took out Tribe, all right?
True.
And I felt like Cloud9, they had the opportunity to third party that one, but they were kind of going for placement points. And then right after that fight, Tempo took out Cloud9 as well. Here's the first page. Tempo, Brazilian Rampage. Yeah.
Looking pretty. And you can see Tempo with 27 points right off the bat with that chicken dinner. So that's going to be a really strong finish. And Brazilian Rampage, I mean, for them to come out in second, they had 9 kill points. This is a big game for them, especially considering I think their whole performance in week number 1. Cloud9, holding down in 6. Still game number 1. But, I mean, I definitely started to see some, big plays. Big plays from a lot of these squads.
Big plays. Not only that, that was Group A versus Group B, and game number 2 is going to be Group B versus Group C. So Group B will have the opportunity to have some back-to-back games. And you know who's in Group B? Tempo Storm. They're in Group B this week. So we'll see if they can kind of roll over with that momentum. Maybe get back-to-back chicken dinners. You never know.
Yep, and we'll have to see how that ends up all turning out. Page 3, we're not even going to go to it because it's going to be all zeros as that whole entire group didn't play yet. One thing, though, that seems to be the same that we saw, HQA got off to a great start. Currently rocking the goose egg with Influence Rage.
It happens, Hot Juice. It happens. It's
Happens
only
to
game
us.
1, man. Relax.
True.
Relax, Hot
True.
Juice.
It's
It's
just
only
game
game 1. Leaderboards swiped clean. Everybody should be feeling pretty hyped, pretty confident in themselves this week. They don't have to look at last week's scoreboards, even though we keep reminding them of it. But we'll stop now that we got some fresh stats coming in for this week.
That's right. Fresh stats, fresh new week, fresh games. Guys, everybody, thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure you go ahead and follow all the socials for what's up to date. That's going to be it for game number 1. Still 3 more matches left to go. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these players are locked and loaded, ready for the next match. everybody? Hot Jukes here with Mustache Dave, and we're back, baby, for game number 2 of week number 2 of the PMPL Scrims America. And it's in your favorite map, Dave. Get hyped.
Hey, that's me putting in a headlock. Like, this is Vikendi. Oh, headlock, man. I'm putting in a headlock right there.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then you gotta go, ooh, you gotta rub the circle, you know.
That's the half water circle, right? Just go like that.
There you go.
Love
Hey, it's done. It's done. So pretty much to let everybody know, we're getting a water finish, okay? If you were wondering, that's what's happening. So lock, load, get your Cheetos ready. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Match number 2. The players are in the plane. And here we go. Getting into it. So, hey, we already said it. It's already been confirmed that we're going to have a zone that's halfway in the water. Ladies and gentlemen, in the chat right now, put the percentage. Put the percentage. Whoever gets it right, send me a screenshot with a DM, and you'll get a good thumbs up for me. So,
Season 15 pass from Hot Jukes.
Baby, that's right. New Royal Pass has come out for anybody who hasn't had the chance to go ahead and snag it yet. Make sure you go and do it. And if you name the exact percentage and you actually show your math, because I want to see some good geometry, you know?
Yeah.
Then I'll give you one, for sure, if you're able to do it.
Same.
Same.
So you get 2. So you get 2 season passes.
2. One for you, but it's a BOGO. BOGO.
One
right
for
now,
you,
special.
one for that boot thing. You know what I'm saying? That
there we
boot
go.
thing.
Oh! What's the percentage?
What's the percentage though? Remember, okay, so real talk. Jukes, right off the top of your head, what are you gonna give it?
Okay, I'm gonna go with 31%.
All right, see, I'm gonna go with 32 because you're not counting the west of Castle.
That's what I was counting though. That's
what
I was counting. I was counting the castle one because I could see it. It's just
so
like
32.
that little. That's what I was saying. I put the 31. I hate how you just prices righted me right there. You know, adding the extra 1 right there. Very rude. You know, but
very rude. I'm sorry, man.
Here we go though with game number 2, and we're starting to see some driving. Hopefully, you know, so far we haven't seen any hot drops. Ooh, that was a nice little drift there from Gamma.
So hopefully someone's got 32 in the chat. I'm watching Twitch chat. I forgot to mention last week I was in YouTube. I got a lot of complaints, you know, from the Twitch chat, like, yo, what happened to us? So now I'm in the Twitch chat tonight. So if you spam 32 in the chat before that popped up, hey, congratulations. Send us the math, send us the DMs, and hey, thanks for tuning on in. So didn't mean to cut you off there, Hot Jukes. Just wanted to make sure to have that disclaimer.
Of course. You know, yeah, I don't think people said that. I think they said that they thought that you just got tired of Twitch chat, and I was like, that is not. Mr.
I mean, I'm not pointing any fingers at anybody in particular, but I like it. I'm just joking. Twitch chat, I love you. Facebook chat, what's up? YouTube chat, go sup.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Let's get it going here. Let's get it started. You can see these teams so far very peaceful start to this Vikendi. Not a lot of action yet. Pittsburgh Knights will get a Jet G. Got a chance to talk to him. Really, really nice guy, man. And I'm really.
What do you say? What do you say?
He was like a, you know, they just came from hometown. They haven't played a lot together here. So he was the one that was kind of mentioning that, man, dude, that they felt like the depression after not making it into PMCO by only 1 point. But Pittsburgh Knights picked them up with their invite slot, so now they are here. And I mean, hey, if you're gonna pick up a squad, might as well pick up the squad that was only 1 point away, right? So
yeah,
they're flying a new flag. They're pumped up. They're excited, and just trying to do the Pittsburgh Knight fans proud, because you know the ex-Pittsburgh Knights team, that was a heck of a squad. So we'll have to wait and see if they're able to accomplish that. At the end of the day, though,
yeah, the ex team though. I mean, last season PMPL though, they had like so many people in and out though. So many people. They were really trying to search. I felt like that was like that last effort to kind of search to see exactly how the pieces of the puzzle, you know, kind of fit together. Yeah, I mean, picking up a whole new squad, because if you don't recall, what was it, PMCO? I made a little list, right, of like some duos who aren't playing. What?
I was about to say, did you check it twice? That's the question.
No, I didn't check it twice. I just type away and that's that. Some duos that I would like to see in PMPL, and I actually had a couple orgs. I'm not gonna mention who, but they hit me up. They're like, "Yo, what do you think about this?" Do people hit you up, by the way, like orgs, like asking you what you think about players?
I will not confirm nor deny.
Okay.
Not at all.
I mean, I could say, listen. I'm only giving my opinion, so you guys can ask me all you want, you know, and I stick by what I say because it's how I feel. So, point of the story is a lot of these orgs were like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about this one player? I mean, it's easy to get those DMs when we had what Killswitch and PMCO popping off. We had a bunch of players popping off, right? And one thing that I mentioned to everybody who did slide in, I was like, listen, if you're gonna pick up one of these players, for example, you know, Killswitch, you gotta get their duo because a lot of these teams in PMCO they had duos. They were running duos. I know it was a squad game, but there was always 2 duos on every single team that was just popping off. And just to see the entirety of Hometown picked up, I mean, that's a second chance. That's what you're saying. You talked to them, they said they gave up, they were depressed, like, you know, the 1 point thing, like, yeah, I could definitely feel that one. I could feel it, but shake out of it, right? Like, this is your second chance.
Right.
This is the time. You know, you made it. Yes, you didn't make it technically by 1 point, but you just got picked up by the Pittsburgh Knights. I mean, this squad, this team, the org, I mean, they have so much reach. So, I mean, honestly, like, I think you made it even further than if you were to qualify as just Hometown.
For sure. I mean, not to mention, like, I mean, this kind of like a fairy tale story. I think that if they're able to actually like place top in the PMPL, that would just be so huge. And like you were talking about, you know, like, yeah, the last Pittsburgh Knights roster swapping a lot of players out. He had one of the players that was out of there for the rest of the year as well, you know, so they had definitely a lot of challenges. But now with this new squad, it's a fresh start, new opportunity. And at the end of the day, though, you got to hit those, right? Numbers don't lie. You got to show up and get it done. But at the end of the day, I'm just, they got to be, regardless, win or lose, got to hold your head up high, because I know there's a lot of people that, you know, that are in the chat that are easy, that are real quick to criticize, but to play at this top level against teams that have been playing together for you know, multiple years, it's not easy. It is not easy in the slightest. So just to even get here is a privilege. So got to give mad props to, you know, Pittsburgh Knights, every player that's actually playing in this entire lobby. That's for sure.
Yeah. Hey, that's episode 2 of our podcast, by the way. We had the pre-show. We got the Vikendi. I mean, how do you, ladies and gentlemen, think, you know, in the chat, like, what are your thoughts on the new team, the Knights? You think they'll excel? Do you think they'll kind of come together and shake off last week's performance? I personally think so. Looking at this zone, though, getting into this game, right there, smack in the middle, that's who we got. We got the Knights. They're going to be near Cloud9. They're going to be near ENTZ, Team Queso, and we'll see what will happen with them.
You got a new group playing here as well, so this is their first time they're playing here in week 2 of the scrims. Very, very interesting. And you got, you know, we're just looking at Rafa looting up really quickly, just holding down the area. And so far, super quiet start to this weekend. These players landed very separate from each other. Pyra, the cat man himself, holding those logs down. And Pittsburgh Knights, they're going to loot this up. So, the trap! Bail! Right there. Cloud9. Setting up a bait trap right now? Oh, here comes Adder. Real quick. Oh, this could be dangerous. Look at Pyra. Look at him.
Yeah, Jetty's in that other warehouse. Looks like they're going to be... Oh, something must have scared them. Something must have scared them. Are they repositioning their vehicles, or did they get scared and they're moving out?
I'm not sure
Did
yet.
Cloud9 loot this? If Cloud9 looted this, if Cloud9 left the door open, that could have gave away, but I think they're just repositioning their vehicles! What? Surprise! Goldblade, Pyra the cat in the logs, popping up right there. Goldblade's like, I'm just trying to park my car, dude. What's going on over here? Jat G trying to go best spray down with the barrel. Oh, but connected on. From behind, uneven.
This isn't where I parked my car. Oh, man. I mean, there's nothing you can do if you're a Pittsburgh Knights in that situation. I mean, you got you baited. I mean, like, Cloud9 just set the trap, the ultimate one. And, I mean, could Goldblade not drive in a worse spot? Like, I don't think it's possible. Like, he literally pulled up right in Pyra's face and said hello. I mean, I would love to see so bad a video of Goldblade's face. He had to have, like, thrown his phone up. That would have scared the life out of me, to be honest. No way he was expecting that. Oh, defeaters! On the run.
Losing three. Fishy's like, watching their squad mates right there just get picked apart. It's like, nah, I am not falling for this one. Fishy gonna be pulling off that one, going for that insurance policy. But McZera, I see McZera on the hunt right here. Doesn't want to allow Fishy to survive, but looks like Fishy able to crest right on over that hill. McZera might make the call to pull back. Fishy though, nowhere to go.
So much trouble. Actually gets popped in the head right there with one bullet. And they can chase him. I mean, they can chase Fishy all the way because regardless, even if he finds a spot, if they crash on him, it's going to be a 4v1. So we'll have to see what they want to play with. But Cloud9, 3 kills already. Just, doing the dirty to PK. Next zone goes on up. Center's out. Nothing really too special to talk about here. CG25 there on the bottom. But, man, that's the first, I think, time we've seen Cloud9 start whipping out the bait plays. Am I right or wrong, Dave?
You're right. You are right. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we see them do it some more. I mean, if it works, right? If it works, you might as well. One thing to note, though, I would love to kind of, go back and see if they looted that area. Like, did they loot that area or did they leave the loot on the floor and, really commit to that bait play? You wanted to see Goldblade's face. I wanted to hear the team comes.
I bet you were screaming,
man.
ah! Like, as soon as you get shot. Cause, I mean, that is, like, so jump scare. I mean, because you imagine you're just pulling up. You're like, oh, I'm going to pull up these logs. This is a good place to park my car. No big deal.
It's a good spot.
And then you just see a Pyra pop up and just full auto your face. That's got to be just the worst feeling ever.
Not only that, Pyra popped up, right? Pyra got the knock on a kill plate. And at the same exact time, the other squad mates of Cloud9 kind of popped out of the woodworks and started to collapse in as well. So they didn't really allow the Knights any time to really comprehend what was happening. They just took full advantage of that, and I really like that.
And I think it's a good opportunity for both teams to learn, regardless, right? Because Cloud9 kind of reminds me of like Trem Carreta Furacao. When we saw them before, they were so good at setting up that trap play. So now Cloud9 maybe just try to just, use these scrims to just add another threat in their playbook. Love to see it, because imagine if that was loops. I mean, that's the time you want to take out a squad like that, just by surprise. So strong. At the same time, though, you have to know that Pittsburgh Knights, that's going to make them 100 times more paranoid than they've ever been before. Like they are going to double check every single area now. So definitely a big learning phase when you see Pepito teaching some lessons to Mafioso with that M24 right there. What do you think about that, Dave?
I think that's that bop right there. Bop. Weren't they driving too? I think they were driving, making the pull up, and then they got the bop. So Mafioso might have lost the helmet right there. Big shout out to Big Carl in the chat, and Batman saying 35% water. Close, Batman. I think we decided on 32%, but yeah.
Big
Carl,
I mean, technically I said 31. You said 32. I mean, we can do like 31 and a half.
Yeah, we're getting technical.
Sure, sure.
We're getting technical. But hey, we're gonna have plenty of more Vikendi matches to come, so that prize is still up there.
Yes, indeed. Love to see it. Always fun, to be able to kind of just throw that out there, make a little bit more excitement there in the chat. Make sure you guys are watching and listening, so you can get the opportunity to win yourself a beautiful Season 15 Royal Pass. We're looking right now.
You know Big Carl?
Big Carl, dude. Big fan. Big fan of Big Carl.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we've hung out a couple times, dude. He's really chill. Real chill. But have you ever met Carl Jr.?
Carl Jr. No.
No? Dude, very rich guy.
Chill vibes.
Yeah,
Chill vibes
very
out
chill
here
guys, dude.
on
Yeah,
Vikendi.
Flipping burgers.
So if your name is Carl, let's get a 1 in the chat real quick. Let's get a Carl check real quick. Carl check. The Unnamed, like you said, this is the first time that we are going to see Group C play here this week. Group C will play this game and next game. This is currently Group C versus Group B. So the Unnamed, they're going to be showing up here for their first game of the evening, all the way out there on the east side. Looking
my goodness.
Here. Cloud9, M249, level 3, 100 bullets. Let's see what Bayo could do with this.
Oh, Bayo could do something with it. We'll see how he's able to put it into work. I mean, you couldn't have like a more deadly player pick up that M249 right there, except for maybe Carrillo, who comes to mind, who's just an absolute monster. But man, I mean, at the end of the day, all these players here, just at this level, they're just insane. They're literally on a whole nother planet compared to a lot of the, other competitive players out there. So much confidence, so much experience in this lobby. I mean, this is the best of the best in North America going at it right now. And you can see Bucky right now rocking MP5K M16. Ooh, getting tapped. He felt that one.
So close. Oh, so close. Yeah. It's got to be so, like, just, like, scary, Like, you're just running. You're just thinking about, oh, what do you need next, in the arsenal, your checklist. Then you almost die, running across the open field right there. And that goes to show you, we got 16 teams still alive. I know we saw the Knights kind of get shredded earlier on, but they still got their solo member. But we're 15 minutes in the game. You have to assume all these compounds, they're going to have somebody looking out, like we see right here at BDM.
And you know what the worst part is? Like, when you start playing at this level, like you're talking about, like you're just running out in the open, all of a sudden you're just, like, almost down to 1 HP. It's like you can't practice that unless you play at this level. Because, like, if you're playing in pub matches, you start getting shot at, maybe you hit some shimmies and you're like, I got touched a little bit. Here, forget it. I mean, if you're out in the open for like 2 steps, these guys will beam you down and thirst you in a second, So it always makes me laugh every time you see in the chat some guys like, oh, why are you camping? Why aren't you moving? And then you see like one player just look in a window too long, gets like knocked and thirsted, like in just an instant. So I mean, guys, if you've never got the chance to play at this level, give it a shot. Get a team together. Put in the work, put in the effort. Anybody can really make it to here if you put in enough time. Because, I mean, we've seen a lot of new teams make it all the way from PMCO. I think we had, 80,000 squads try to qualify?
80,000 squads, yeah. I'm just thinking, like, be real with us. If you were here, if you and me were in this lobby running around, how would we do? Like, be real.
You and I?
Be honest. Yeah, you and I. We're out here. We're running around. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be hiding behind every tree, every rock, every boulder.
Let's put it this way. I think that with my rotations, okay.
Your rotations, okay.
And let's say if we're playing a 16-team lobby, I think consistently, I mean, we'll probably end up in like 14th place.
Overall. At the end of the tournament, 14th.
I think, because here's the thing, we're snaking it to make it, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, exactly. I'm snaking it.
The ultimate strat is just don't die. So, like, we'll just rotate, Snake City, We'll maybe get a couple kills on our board. I'm pretty sure we might do a little decent, but dude,
so you're the IGL of our squad. You got the chalkboard, and the only thing you got up there, don't die.
Baby.
All right, guys, today we're not gonna die. We got this.
Dave, if you die, then you're not listening. That's the problem,
That is true.
Like,
man. So it's my fault. It's my fault.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, hey, if I'm the IGL and I say don't die, and you don't die, then you're doing your job. But if you die,
it's my fault.
You're making mistakes, So, I mean, at the end of the day, the second we get a gunfight in one of these squads, we're just going to get shredded. But, hey, there's different ways to play this game. We've definitely seen some teams that play a lot more passively and kind of snake it away to the end. With the right zone, right circle, never know what could happen.
I'm the type of dude that would be like, Jukes, you got this. You're better than him. I'll watch you take the fight. You'll die, and I'm like, Jukes, good try. And I'll still be just snaking there in the bush, though.
Good try.
You'll be like, what? Where's my help? Where's my help? I'm like, hey, I gave you I said you got this, right? I did my part, man. I did my part. And back to your story, the game plan, don't die. Jukes, so I'm just doing what you told me to do, not die, man.
Hey, well executed.
That's a strat. Hey, I want to see a caster squad in one of these lobbies one of these days. Like, for a fun game, that would be a caster team, man. We might actually do pretty well. I'm not lying. Because I think we could really snake it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and plus we got the clean feed, so like I can avoid everybody.
with the clean feed, I think we could definitely, for sure. We could definitely get some high placements. I mean, but at the end of the day, as soon as you get in with these lobbies, these guys are just monsters, man. I mean, like, it would take me months just to get back to even like a gun skill level that could even compete here.
Imagine us still getting 16th every game with the clean feed, bro. We gotta uninstall, man. What is wrong with us? Because look don't we still have 16 teams right now? Like, honestly,
but where
we were a caster
even
squad.
Even with the clean feed, like, where do you go? I mean,
there's
like,
nowhere.
You just have to wait and hopefully maybe catch a third party, find an opportunity, but never underestimate, the power of the 5S strat, and which is
man, Fishy's still alive out there.
Yeah.
What is it?
If you don't know the 5S strat, snake, stun, smoke,
Snake.
shimmy. You gotta shimmy when you're snaking. And then the last but not least, snake.
Snake, yeah, just in case you forgot.
That's right.
Just in case you forgot the first rule. Wow. All right. Well, that's it. That's
The podcast.
Hey, that's the
go.
podcast episode 3. Hopefully, everyone out there was able to learn something and improve their gameplay. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to help you, the viewers. You know, we're trying to help you. B4 making the pull up into Dino Park. McZera, Tommy gun in hand. Garcia right in front of him. Zed as well. Behind the I don't know what that dinosaur's called. Oh, that threw me off.
I believe that is a
Triceratops?
Triceratops. That's what I was about to say.
Triceratops.
Yep,
Zed
yep.
behind the Triceratops right there. The grenade's going to be popping on out right there, putting a halt to the aggression from B4.
It's a Dino Park ending. One of my favorite circles to finish on Vikendi. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Still, I mean, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, there's still 16 teams alive here.
What?
I mean, this is just
20 minutes.
20 minutes in. These guys have just been moving so slowly. But that's also Vikendi. There's just so much cover in every single spot here. Oh, look at Brazilian Rampage trying to catch this rotation from Cloud9. Just not quick enough. And, man, just insane action about to happen here in the next couple seconds.
Brazilian Rampage had a really strong game 1 as well. Really good game. Bunch of kills, so we'll see what they can do here. Wildcard. How's it going? Wildcard. We see 2 of them. Alpha 7 right in front of them. Looks like they're trying to retreat. The next zone is going to be closing on in. Alpha 7 trying to gatekeep Wildcard. Slicky, though. Connecting onto 7 Law. Swag win. Suppressed Uzi. Ooh, spraying some shots right there. Wildcard, they are not giving up.
They aren't. They got that Groza in hand. They were able to get that knock on them, but Slicky able to get the finish. Alpha 7 unsuccessful in that gatekeep of Wildcard. Wildcard just pushing a little too strong for the likes of Alpha 7 in that situation. Next zone goes on up. You see Nova still with a really good position. Ooh, Interlope's getting popped in the head there. Pepito, 8X, M24. Switching off of him, fortunately.
Imagine getting sniped. Imagine getting sniped as a third party when you're taking a compound fight.
Oh man.
Oh man, if Papito can hit those, that would be crazy.
It would be huge. I mean, that's the only time you can really use bolt actions, I think, here at this high level. You know, is in peak battles. They are so huge because that one shot on level 2, that's an instant knock. But you got to be able to have the skills to pay the bills, baby. And we can see right now, Ace still 4 up outside the zone. Got to take out 19 Esports really quickly if they want to get in this next zone safely. Because this is zone 6. This one, it hurts bad.
Comes a molly right there, kind of off the target, but it's going to be blocking the sight lines from 19. I think 19 Esports only have 2 up right now, so I saw them a moment ago. They're starting to take the fight with Ace, but yeah, got the 2 knocks on their end of this one, and now we see Mafioso trying to push on in, trying to clear these rooms out one by one. Nudu also going to be bolting on into the door, but Fears pushing into Mafioso. Mafioso not using the buddy system right there. He's going to be instantly thirsted, but at the end of the day, Ace coming out on top.
Yeah, able to come out on top. Unfortunately, just losing one of their members right there. Possibly, something to look back on and figure out, what that push. How that kind of went wrong right there, because you definitely want to have 4 up at the end. Still successful though, looking good for them. A lot of teams just grouped up right now, trying to get into this next circle. Team Queso, they're at the edge. The zone is closing in on them. They got to get these knocks to be able to move in.
Axel trying to make their way on up the hill. Looks like Team Queso, they got 2 kills so far. Still have the whole team up. They're going to be in the crosshairs of INTZ. Marco, Iron Sight, AKM, swapping that one out for the M4. Trying to go for the spray downs. Vega with the buys in, though. We hear those bullets just spraying everywhere. Ooh. Marco connected on as well. Mitz right here behind the burnt out Dacia. Last one alive for the team. Needs to make some decisions here. Are we going to pick up Vega? Vega's going to be bleeding out. Give me. Oh, Mitz forced to watch your squad mate die right there. Spec up here on top of the hill. It's only a matter of time before Tempo decide to push down there. Can't believe they're gonna be able to get that 1 revive.
I don't know if Spec can though, because they have to get in the next zone. They have to prioritize that. They got 56 seconds left. You can see Spec really wants this gatekeep. He saw him there. Oh, the jumping Tommy gun. So strong. Hits the laydown. And now here comes Tensa to come help out, try to finish out INTZ, get those kills, but too late! Cloud9 stealing them away from Tempo Storm. Two monster NA teams right now. They're gonna gatekeep the heck out of each other trying to get in this next circle. Like I would be surprised to see either of these teams make it into the zone alive.
Rematch from game one. Rematch from game one. Tempo got the better half of Cloud9, and I believe it's currently looking at it, if they can't get this revive, it's 2v2. Okay, so they did get the revive, so it's a 2v3, but Spec does not care. 4 kills already themselves. Able to push a little further up. M4 hitting the dirt, or hitting the snow, that is. Tossing out a smoke right there, gonna be blocking these sight lines. Ooh, but yeah. Tensa, gotta watch your feet, man.
Watch them toes, but so does Bayo. Oh, a great Molotov into that direction right there. It's just Tensa and Spec trying to put in so much work.
Oh, trying to go for that first, but Tensa with the support coming out on top right there.
Huge. And Tensa's just on a rampage right now.
Not even done.
Pushing on in, and with that third party from G25, that's gonna possibly open the door for Tensa to he might just make it into this zone alive. Pushing across the open street. Oh man, Rafa. He's got the perfect angle. Tensa pull out the smoke though. Really strong. Can he do it?
Tensa, the one-man army right here. Just in the open, has a couple of smokes to work with, but pushing up, driving back and forth, swapping on over to that Tommy gun. We see grenades blowing up in their face. It's a mini red zone right there, not slowing them down. A molly in the smokes. Tensa's burning. Tensa peeking up. Still will be connecting, getting one knock right there, but taken down, going out on fire, literally on fire.
And now they're on fire. The return fire from Ace, and they are burning alive. Neto barely survives that with 1 HP. BDM in big trouble, getting a taste of their own medicine with that Molotov from Ace. But it looks like 2 of them were able to survive. The toes! Too strong. And then now third party, insane.
7 kills onto BDM. They have this shack that they've been trying to defend for the longest. Looks like we're gonna toss out a smoke right there. Can their squad mate crawl into the safety? Get their revive. Wildcard Acer in the snow is gonna be spotted by Papito, and 4 spraying them down, adding another point to the bank. 6 kills so far on the squad of G25. Sam looks like they're trying to use this tree for cover, trying to get the revive. Papito wants that one so bad.
Yeah, you can just see G25. This could be a huge game from them. Wildcard still up. Still up right now. G25 has 6 kills with that knock. Oh, that's going to be 7. Oh, Sam with the quick turnaround. Not able to get in the next circle, though, as Italok's going to be the last one up. Going to try to get this revive here. And they should get, that's it. Last 2 teams alive. It's going to be G25 versus BDM in a huge TV2 to get the chicken dinner. Who's going to be able to get it?
BDM. I mean, talk about a 360 from last week. They are, last 2 games, just getting so many kills. So many kills. So we'll see what's going to happen. Here comes some smokes right here. Looks like BDM trying to reposition. More smokes coming on out from G25 as well. Both teams trying to block the sight lines from one another to allow a reposition on into the new zone. It's going to be shrinking here.
Sure is, and you can just see, look at this. Neto with the Bison. Oh, just, I mean, locked laser. All right, he sees him. Unable to hit the shots, though. Pepito just too quick with that laydown.
Grenade. Pepito, grenade.
One?
Tossing it.
Oh,
right behind him.
Oh, Pepito's too fast. Gets one.
Too fast. Can't handle this one. Pepito gonna be trying to vault on top of this boulder, try to get a better vantage, better sight lines here. Italox will be pushing on the opposite end of this one. 2v1. Doesn't even stand a chance right there. Stuck behind that tree. BDM will be securing themselves a 2nd place. But G25, Papito, 7 kills and the chicken dinner.
Huge game for G25 and Pepito. Like I said it before, after a game like that, he has officially ascended from Pepito to Papito. Love to see that right there. Well played from G25. Wildcard in 3rd place, and yeah, BDM just staying alive, getting it done right there with a good solid 8 kills to their name.
20 minutes. I know we were joking about it, but 20 minutes and we still had 16 teams alive. Yes, some of those teams included a solo, a solo, maybe a duo, but regardless, it's just insane to think that, 20 minutes, if you get taken out, 0 points. And we're looking down here, B4, 19, the esports, Alpha 7. Yeah, Fishy actually able to, get that 13th place finish for their squad mates, but still at the end of the day, not a lot of points to go with it. They tried though. They tried.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I mean, that's so crazy. Like you've been playing this game and you're going in there for that long, and then you get out and you just realize that, oh, we're in last place. Like we got 0 points for that game. Just insane. That's the level we're playing at, everybody. And after that match number 2, we officially hit the halfway mark here for today. Let's take a look at what the leaderboards are looking like. And as you guys can see, Tempo Storm still going to hold that 1st place mark. Now, remember, this is going to be a little bit skewed because we have some teams that played 2 games and, of course, some that played 1.
Yeah, so when we talk about Tempo, they're going to be sitting out the next match, but they will have the opportunity to play in the last one and maybe even reclaim their spot up here at the top after today. G25, all right, 2nd place right there, climbing all the way up there. They're also in Group B, so they're right near each other. But BDM, Brazilian Rampage, really, surprising us here, at least me. I know we only played 2 games, so I can't get too far ahead of myself, but it's still such a better start here today than what we saw from last week from the 2 squads in Scrims. So that leaves me to wonder if they've been doing their homework, because it's paying off right now.
Hey, and regardless, after that kind of performance, they got to be feeling great, and that's going to be just excellent for their overall morale going into the rest of the scrims, and of course into PMPL. So we move over to the 2nd page. A lot of big name teams, currently sitting here. B4 Esports, only 8 total points, and they played 2 games. Pittsburgh Knights with 11 in 9th, and then going on down the board, you see the rest of the squads that have only played 1 match so far. Loops, yeah, only 4 points after that 1 game. They've only played 1. Loops is going to come bring the heat in the rest of the matches. Regardless, though, I mean, yeah, starting to see a lot of movement here in these overall rankings.
Yep, I mean, 2 games. We're going to have 2 more games to go here for day 5 of the PUBG Mobile Pro League 2020 Scrims. 2 more games to go, and it's going to be Sanhok and Miramar. So those are always real interesting. Sanhok, your favorite map. Hey,
I love Sanhok.
You always say Vikendi's my favorite map.
Oh.
Real talk. Sanhok's your favorite, though, right?
I love it.
I know you, right?
I love it. Sanhok, it's just the blue zones are just like, mwah, beautiful, so good. I mean, by far the MVP of it. I love to see like squads, because I think that is the most unpredictable map. Like a team, I don't care how good you are, if you're at this level, everybody can hit shots. And with Sanhok, if you get the right position, the right zone, you can end with a chicken dinner and 20 kills easily, so I'm hyped to see it. Still 2 more matches. We got Sanhok coming up next, so everybody don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this quick short break. Everybody, we are back here with match number 3. It's Sanhok, baby. These squads are locked, loaded, ready to go.
In the map, just a reminder, this is going to be Groups A versus Groups C here. So Group C, they had the opportunity to play their first match last game. That's Wildcard, Ace 1, Team Queso, Alpha 7, the Unnamed, 19 Esports, INTZ, and Defeaters. So we'll see what they can do back-to-back. Tempo Storm currently doing really well here tonight. I mean, Tenta last game alone, the one-man army pretty much, just destroying everybody in their path. So checking on in with this game, Loops gonna be dropping at their tried spot over here at boot camp. Queso right there to the north of them. Ooh, Axel again, getting bopped out there.
Sure is. I mean, you saw those shots. I mean, they were just really aggressive. They know that Team Queso likes to drop right there beside them. They've been doing that same strategy for so long now. And, man, quick on the drop was Loops. Almost caught that member out and open. He actually hit a few bullets. I'm surprised he didn't get knocked considering didn't have any armor on.
Hey, lucking out. I mean, definitely found a 4-leaf clover in the lobby right there after that one. They almost got taken out. So, Loops. Everybody loves them. And I know we got the clean slate here, but overall, I mean, 102 kills in PMPL. That's just crazy. Behind them, who's the closest? I feel like Tempo Storm are the closest with 87 total kills when it comes to looking at PMPL Scrims. So Tempo definitely slowly, I want to say, catching up to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be easy, though. I mean, Loops in the triple digits so far with kills. You know, off to a slow start here. They've only played one game, though, like we've mentioned. This is Sanhok. They drop boot camp. They get it for free. They're going to be really well looted. And this is a pretty strong circle for them if the zone goes back to their same island. If it shifts on over down south, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them to cross the water. We'll have to see how they end up playing it, though. All these teams are really, really spread out right now, just holding their ground.
Yeah, looking at HQA, we see Nueve over there kind of separated from the squad. They're going to have right on in between them Influence Rage, Meta over there at Camp Bravo, Wildcard. Wildcard, they're just a team that loves dropping in the north, you know, regardless of what map. You know, they're very comfortable up in the northern ends of the map. So, I mean, looking at, like, rotations and strategies, like, is there any, like, real reason besides it just being maybe free and clear? Like, is there any benefits to always dropping in the north, in your opinion?
I mean, it's literally probably just dropping free and clear. You know, you don't want to drop hot and get taken out early because that's the main thing. You know, you don't want to have that RNG. So, Wildcard, they're such a strong team that can push together too. So I think they'd rather just play it safe and press on in. But you're all right. We don't see that zone go up to Tatmok very often. So it's going to be a big challenge, I think, for them every game. We'll have to see how they decide to make this push, though, because that's the thing with Sanhok. Like, once you start getting into zone 4 or zone 5, you got to look at the clock. The second that zone shifts, it's like 50 seconds. Like, you have to just run instantly. It's such a tough map to deal with for all these teams at this level. But, you know, it's anyone's game. Anyone's game. The zone can always shift on back into your favor if you believe hard enough.
Yeah, that is true. We've seen some crazy circles last week. Not too crazy in our first 2 games here tonight. I feel like they've been kind of tame, you know, kind of civilized for our players participating in them. Looking in right here, Swagwin. I'm really liking that pan skin though. It's looking mighty nice. Bit 2K barrel. Just looking at the trees, you know, bird watching out here. I mean, they took a page out of the Cloud9 book last game, you know, setting the traps. So we'll see if it'll pay off right now. They're all kind of in their own little spots, in their own little cover, waiting late for their prey.
Yes, they are. Speaking of laying down, I'm looking at Telly from Tribe Gaming. I got the chance to talk to Telly a little bit here, and he's that he's a man after my heart. He's that bolt action sniper. You can see him right there. He's got that Car 98 6X locked, load, ready to go. We saw him in the scrims earlier hitting that driving headshot out the vehicle. So disgusting. So you know that man can definitely hit those. You know that they want to be able to perform really well for their team as well. And yeah, it's still early game right now. You can see Duelo trying to catch some angles on the Alpha 7.
Alpha 7, they actually were able to take out Minwoo real early on, you know, just a couple moments ago. So they were pushing across this terrain, caught off guard right there. We were just talking about Alpha 7 kind of snaking it out, you know, baiting it out right there. And they actually were able to capitalize and get that instant flush right there, that instant point on the board. So looking pretty good for them so far. Influence out here. Looks like they found a spot to call their own. They're all kind of just, you know, jumping around the place, trying to get as much information as possible. Ace not too far for them. I don't know if Ace are on the move or not, or just, you know, kind of similar to what we just saw there, kind of just making sure that their general area is free and clear of any snakes that might be lying in wait.
Gotta watch out for them snakes. I mean, they're just so deadly on Sanhok, and yeah, you can just see almost all the, you know, the beaters. Every single time, every single team is just hitting that hard laydown. Saw Influence catching a couple shots onto an Ace member. Man, I like what they made the adjustments to this M4, and I'm talking to a lot of the players. They agree. I mean, it definitely seems that the M4 has a little bit more recoil than before, and I think that was an adjustment that definitely needed to be made.
Why is that?
Because, you know, at the same time, I mean, like before, that 6X M4 just spraying, laser beaming from 200, 300 meters, it just reduces the reason to pick up any other weapon. You know, like the M4, which is just so overpowered at that point. So, I mean, what's the whole point of using a DMR or a sniper if you can have that much recoil control? So I'm glad that they just kind of balanced it out a little bit. You know, make it more of a up-close, mid-range weapon, which is, I think, is what ARs are really intended for, right?
Up close, mid range. I have to agree. Yep, I have to agree.
I mean, like I mean, what's the whole point of having a bolt action sniper if you can full auto spray somebody from 300 meters? You know, so I think that that little balance change definitely it's gonna increase the skill cap because now you're gonna have to see players bust out those DMRs, try some different kind of shot styles. And without having that insane laser spray, it's going to allow teams a little bit more opportunity to kind of push on in. Maybe that's why we're seeing so many squads alive now at the end. It's possible.
I mean, we're also kind of seeing more bolt actions being utilized here, at least the past couple of games. I know it's only in the early game, but compared to what, maybe 2 months ago, like no one ever picked those up. I mean, it was like a rare sight to even be able to spectate a player with the bolt action. You know, there might have been one, but I mean, one player out of the entirety of the lobby is not a good ratio when it comes to the bolty love out here. So we are definitely seeing it used a little more here. these past couple days, so that might be why. Klaze out here, full blown, just camping it out, making sure all these cliffs are safe right here. Orlando might have even spotted out one of the members from Team Queso, Marco. I mean, everyone's doing the same thing, just lying down, using these angles, just, oh, I see him over there. Oh, I saw someone right there. Are they going to take any shots? Probably not. Are they aware of one another? Probably so.
I love that full blown camping it out right now.
Full blown, insane.
Blown. Oh my goodness! Look at the intensity of this camp. Love to see it because at the end of the day, that's really all you can do.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's all you could do. I mean, considering your position, you're waiting for the circle. You don't want to get caught outside of it, and I mean, and it's Sanhok. There's a team on every single hill. You have to assume it, so you got to be really, really cautious. And next zone goes on up. It loops opting to kind of play it safe, and you can definitely see that they're assuming that this is going to go into this southern island, and making the really, really quick rotation. XSET, they've been chilling in Painan this whole time. That's where they landed. Really interesting split, because you see Angry off at his other compound by himself. So there's only a little 3-1 right here. Could be dangerous for Angry if a team decides to push up fully onto him by himself. We'll have to see how that works out.
I mean, this is XSET's second game of the night. We saw what happened to them in their first game. They got taken out first. I like that they're real aggressive, trying to assert their dominance to claim their drop spot in Milta. But I feel like they might be playing a little closer together. I mean, I know you mentioned one of them are going to be kind of straying away, maybe even scouting, but those three members right on top of one another right now.
Yes, you are, and they're just holding it down. And speaking of on top of each other, Team Queso are right on top of Andres. He is all on his lonesome. It's like, got that Tommy though, so strong, holding it down. Gets one, another one. So close. Yeah, Andres just trying his best. Not able to handle the full squad of TKs. I mean, at the end of the day, to win a 4v1, the only way to do it is if the other team just throws. Like, they have to make a huge mistake and just kind of push in one at a time. If you're going to allow that to happen. And Team Queso just played that really tight. Nothing he could really do. But I'm surprised, that the rest of Klaze didn't really try to catch some angles right there to help him out.
Yeah, I think we just saw one of them got picked up back here. So I guess Team Queso wasn't paying attention to the kill feed, but I assume Team Queso got knocked on one of these squad mates back here, so they're kind of forced to get those revives. And Andres was trying to just stand their ground, just stuck in a very awful situation, like you mentioned that 1v4. Loops all the way up here in the hills. Oh, I see the kill feed. Yep, looks like Team Queso going to be finishing off right there. Klaze going to get taken out. And Loops over here, up here on the mountain tops. Kowalski, no kills so far on the squad, but like we said, information is everything when it comes to Sanhok, when it comes to a lot of the maps, but really Sanhok, I mean, it could be amplified even further. Influence out here, taking a fight with Ace.
Hello, Influence. Dropping the mollies, what a nade! Oh, God, he hit that U-turn real quick once he saw that nade bounce. And, yeah, Influence knows that they got him on the ropes. Here comes another one. Switching to first person to throw this nade. Interesting decision there from NTX. He's got that Uzi out. Oh, and they're pressed. They have to know that he's by himself.
Trying to run away, trying to retreat, but honestly, I mean, pretty separated from the squad. We see Dudu out there. We see Mafioso in the opposite compounds, but oh, the much-needed knock right there. That's going to even this one up just a little more. Actually, two members from Influence were knocked working their way down that hill. And it looks like Ace, they might be coming out on top of this one.
Oh, and they do!
Oh!
Wow,
okay.
Played. Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, like, what a turn. That's speed of turn. Let's HQA. Meta. Right on top of the trap has been sprung. HQA. Staying so quiet. 1v1.
Wait a minute. Oh, the jump shot of Duel. The tracking right there of Duel. Connecting the shots onto two members from HQA. Don't die now. Cross will be getting the final blow right there on Abdul. But Abdul caught a mid-air enemy and knocked him out. I mean, that was actually really nice to see.
That was super dangerous. He could have possibly had that 4v1 right there. just when he peaked, he ended up peaking them, both teammates at the same time and then just getting shot out. Super clean play, though. I mean, that was the one to kind of turn it around. It almost did. So, yeah, just really unfortunate for Meta Gaming right there because HQA, Snake City. I mean, talk about the Snake strat. Just busting into, like we saw in the last match, like Cloud9, you know, springing the trap, and it's just too strong. I mean, because you just don't expect it. Because if you're able to run up a hill for free, you would think that the top of it's clear. But nah, HQA so patient, and then just at the last second, right in their face, knocking 2 members quick.
Yeah, and I give it to Meta. Like, they were working their way. They were staying really close to one another, you know, as they moved, repositioned up that hill. But, I mean, could you really do anything? I mean, yeah, we could say better scout it, but, like, how do you scout someone who's in a bush, right? Like, I mean, It's just so hard. So, I mean, what do you think? I mean, how would you even counter that as Meta Gaming right there?
I mean, at the end of the day, they're not exposing themselves at all. You know, you have to kind of just play. When you push up as a team, you just got to play super tight together, and it's so hard to do that constantly. You know, you're so focused on other things that are going on. You're like, all right, you know, he's 5 meters ahead of me, it's fine. And the second you run up, all of a sudden, boom, 2 of your players are knocked, and you're you know, of course, trying to put your heart back down into your chest after, you know, just getting so surprised right there. It's just super difficult to deal with, to be honest. I mean, you got to be able to hit them quick flicks. Always be paranoid, right? That's really the only thing you can do.
Yeah, and I feel like at least in today's matches, you know, first 20 minutes of the games, like there's always like a team that gets caught off guard. Like, I feel like these lobbies this week, or at least today, are a lot more passive early game compared to last week. I feel like last week we definitely had a lot more early game team fights. But when it comes to this week, I feel like these teams are really starting to kick into gear maybe their strategies that they plan on using next week. So very passive early game. I mean, they don't want to get taken out. They realize how important it is these points are now for the placements. I mean, you can't afford to get taken out early. It's just a true fact.
Yep, that's absolutely true. Next zone goes on up, and man, it is in the favor of XSET. They have been just zone locked right now into Pine End, and I think you're right. I think that now these teams are starting to really understand this new point system, as well as it could be the fact that, hey, this is their last opportunity to get practice in. So they're going to be trying their absolute best to make sure they're as prepared as possible for PMPL. So much on the line there. Got to bring your absolute A game. And this is just such a deadly zone right now. Loops catching a big break, getting in this next zone as well. And look at that. I mean, 20 seconds left in the next zone. And here it goes.
Yeah, HQA getting gate kept right now, not only by a couple squads, Alpha 7, but also the blue zone right on top of them. Alpha 7 trying to get their final knocks, their final blows right there onto HQA before, you know, being forced to reposition. As when we did see that circle pop, there was only about 2 teams that were actually favored in it. Everybody else needs to move, and they need to move now. They need to move fast because that blue zone is not the friendliest here as we progress into this game.
Yeah, it is. So, I mean, that's Sanhok 101, right? The most deadly blue zones in the game. And look at this. That circle's already closing on up. About to hit zone 5. That's one of the most deadly circles I think that we can see constantly. And you can see XSET, the rest of these squads trying to find an angle right now. Check up, catching main boys, getting the blow up. They're going to have to make that sacrifice and try to rotate in.
Yeah, 19 Esports right there on the edge of the zone as well. So they have a nice spot to gatekeep. Oh, but Kill Switch did not appreciate Tricks taking shots on their squad mates. Zute, it's fate trying to just push on in, get a better position in this zone. Looks like they're going to be able to find this cover for the time being. Zute make it in. Able to get there and popping on over here. C-Gut, King A from Tribe. They're just spraying down Alpha 7. Yeah, C-Gut on the back end of this one, taking down Bit2K. If I'm not mistaken, there's only 7 law up right now for Alpha 7.
And you can just see right now, King A trying to make some plays, hit a little bit of pre-fire there into that open window, just in case. And they're holding the edge of this circle right now, but they have to, like, that's the part about Sanhok, is that they have to prepare for the next zone instantly. They know it's coming up. There comes some smokes. And we'll see if they're able to still survive. 7 Law might have a really good angle. I'm sorry, just Law. Might have an angle on them. We'll see if he's able to make it. Next zone, about to go on up. And it shifts off them. They got to go. Look at that. 40 seconds on the clock. You have a team to fight and try to get into this next circle. Good luck.
They're all huddling behind that one tree for cover as well. Just healing on up, boosting on up. And I think Tribe, yeah, G3, you're already trying to scout ahead of them. Trying to see if that pathway is free and clear. Seagut rolling in the grass. It's going to be spun out. Swag went popping on up right there, taking them down, but almost immediately taken out in return. The third party right now. Both of these teams are just getting picked to pieces. Alpha 7.
Can't pick up.
They do have two. They do have two. The Fierce, though, pulling up from the blue. Bit2K going to be taking them down and out, but that's going to force them off of that revive. Now, Bit2K, hopefully you can outrun this blue zone.
Oh, big shot. Oh, able to get the knock. And like that I was saying, they did not have time to get those pickups. They had to just, those teammates had to drop their loot, maybe try to go for a heal strat with one player just in case. And I think that's what they might be doing as Bit2K's on the run right now. He might get taken out to, oh, he looks like he's able to barely make it in. I think the blue zone might just take him though, as this is getting super deadly. Loops getting beat up from 19. Great shots though from Federal. Able to get that confirmed. That's team 19 out of there. 7 teams remaining. This zone, man, this zone is just deadly.
Yeah, it's not forgiving, that's for sure. Looks like Loop's able to get this revive just in time. They got the full team up. They got 5 kills. Ooh, Federal might have spotted out Zute right there. Maybe. Not going to take those shots. I believe the squad mates are going to be healing on up. Like you said, the next zone looks like Ace, the only team in any type of hard cover, as this circle did center on up. Loop's going to be out there on the west side. We got Wildcard still playing the north right there. Axel from Team Queso still alive as well. HQA placement points, baby. Zute pen in hand, trying to remain undetected. Uh-oh, I see that in the Carleo push on out though, right behind Zute.
And he got a little bit of help, though, from Mafioso as he's putting some shots down on there. Oh, he spotted him. Dadin with another quick peek. That's going to shut that angle down. And Ace, I mean, they're just full gatekeep mode right now. Zute get a knock on 9.
Ace, though, I mean, we got 5 other teams, not counting them. They're all separated in their own little building. That could spell disaster, because if one of them does get knocked, it's going to be awfully challenging to run across this terrain and get that revive without getting sprayed down at this point in the game. So we'll see what they will be able to accomplish. Acer, going to be crawling right there on the wall. Acer and Sam, 3 kills so far for Wildcard. They're going to be secure, safe in this play zone. Loops, they were able to make it on in as well. Zute still alive over there from Execute.
Oh, and he got a knock and finish, but I don't think he's going to be alive for very long. This blue zone is so deadly, so he's going to just try and heal on up, get as much placement as he can. He's at least secured 4th place for his team. I think that's exactly where he might just go on out, but who knows if we see a push-up right here. Oh, no, yeah, 4th place right there for Zoo. Federal getting that point. 3 teams remaining. Next zone is between all of them right now. So this is an interesting circle. I think Wildcard may have the advantage right here, as Loops has to kind of push out in the open. And look at this. Cartizan just waiting there. Oh, Molotov. Here it comes. Can it hit the mark? Oh, this would be a perfect molly. Oh, here it comes.
Here we go. Up,
From
up,
downtown.
up. Is it far enough? Ooh, right on the other side. Wow, that was so close right there. And I don't think that boulder, I don't think where Loops are, I don't think it's in the zone. We'll have to find out here. If it is, it's like right there on the tip. Looks like Loops going to be trying to return the favor. They're going to be sending out some packages themselves, aka grenades onto Ace, and they're going to be pushing across the open road. Nobody's taking shots right there. They're able to make it to the other boulder. Dadin, going to spray down onto Doodoo. Dadin also recognizing Wildcard out there.
I mean, the luck right there. I mean, Loops pushing across like that just at the right time when Wildcard and Ace got into it. I mean, it just worked out perfectly for them. And yeah, now Loops are in a really solid position with 3 members up. Oh, he's so deadly. Wildcard has the zone though. Can they gatekeep? Oh, no, they can't. Federal.
Here comes the molly. Here comes the molly for the follow-up. So even if Sam wanted to attempt to get their revive, you're going to have to pull off that one.
Done!
Sam! Done! Loop so clean right there. I mean, Doodoo, it's a 1v3. Doodoo's in the smokes. The blue zone. Gonna start to push on in right now. That didn't go up that spray down. AKM. Like you said, though, Hot Jukes, they pushed out at the same exact time Ace and Wildcard were fighting one another. I mean, they pushed across the open road, and at the very end, right before they got to their cover, is when they started to get shot at. So very fortunate for Loops right there.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you think about it, and people ask the question, you know, what happens when Loops cross the road? And the answer is they get to the other side, you know? They're able to just make it, able to make it happen. I mean, it's so insane. I mean, you know, Wildcard and Ace could have worked together there, took out Loops easily, and then fought each other for second and first, but instead opting to focus on each other, opened up the door for Loops, and man, they were able to just get away with a solid chicken dinner. And those nades, though, from Federal to end it out onto Wildcard, I mean, just so perfectly placed.
They opened up the door. They invited them in for a steamy chicken dinner right there. So Loops coming out on top. Meta, we saw them early game. A lot of conflicts going on there. They got, what, 14th right there, so better luck next time. Miramar coming up next. The final match is going to be groups A and B. But before we get to that, Hot Juke, you know what time it is, my man. You know what time it is.
It's the scoreboards, ladies and gentlemen, and let's go on over to page number 1 to see what they look like after that match. And here it goes. It looks like Tempo still going to be holding down first place after that match.
Yeah, they didn't even play that game. So that just goes to show you how much of a point lead they did have right there. And they're actually going to be having the opportunity to play the last match because Tempo stormed there in Group B. So Tempo before Cloud9, Nova, Brazilian Rampage, G25, BDM, and the Knights. So we'll see what will happen with them. Will they be able to secure their spot at the end of the evening? Well, you know what? We're going to have one more game to find out. It's going to be hot. It's going to be sweaty. We're going to need to pack our sunscreen, Hot Juice.
Yes, we are, and I am ready for that action. Big time. Miramar coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. Get hyped, get pumped up, get your drinks, get your suntan lotion, and catch us right after this quick, short break. up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Welcome to game number 4, the last game of the evening here, starting off week number 2 of the PMPL Americas Scrims. Hot Jukes here with Mustache Dave. Dave, how you feeling about the game so far? Huh?
Mustache Dave.
One of those? Yeah.
Bop!
Let's go!
Mustache Dave, a.k.a. Sandals in the Closet Dave, and I got a collection, supposedly, to soup in the chat. So, yeah, let's get on into the game. It looks like the plane is in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Game number 4.
Let's get into it. And here we are. We got the plane all locked, loaded, and ready to go here. And as you can see, we got some teams, you know, just heading their way up on the circle. And this is a nice south to north playing path we can see right here. El Pozo, Pecado, Hacienda, La Patron. All these areas are going to be in play. So it's a pretty fair zone, I think, across the board for all these teams.
Not too bad. Just a reminder, this is groups A and B. So Loop, Tribe, Execute, Tempo, B4, C9, Nova. Yeah, so Group C, that's going to be Wildcard, Team Queso, Alpha 7. They're done for the day. They will be back here tomorrow in the first game of the evening. Tomorrow, same thing, 4 games. 4 games tomorrow. This is the final match of today. Just in case you are now tuning on in, make sure to go watch those VODs. Make sure to hit that follow button so you are aware when we go live tomorrow. But getting on into this game, BDM looks like they're going to be the last team to drop on out of this Miramar plane. Oh, I take that back. XSET are. Oh, Oasis. Oh, but look at this. We got some fights going down.
We sure do, and you can see Goldblade getting that first knock from Pittsburgh Knights, and we always see these two teams, Nova and PK, they've been battling over power grid for so long. The 1v1 sheep end. Getting that knock, finally. PK's able to get a little bit of support. Here comes Blade, and they're just running in with any gun they have, trying to save their teammate here. Blade has that S12K, that can be so dangerous. Pushing up here.
Here are the vehicles from Jat G. Looks like they're trying to get a better angle on him right now. Better angle onto Nova. AZ Vector going for a spray. Is going to be connecting a couple bullets right there. Suki also really low. Got another fight happening at the same time in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Pay attention to that one.
Squinting my eyes out at it.
Yeah. It looks like a 1v2, though.
It's G3.
So,
Let's try.
Oh, 2v2. Now it's a 2v2 down there in the bottom right corner.
We can definitely see that action happening on full. Tribe coming in with 3 down there at the bottom. You can see AZ up on top. Still, Nova and PK battling it out for power grid. Both teams have still everyone alive. They're able to get the resets. Oh, Shiki had it. Yeah, Zuki getting those meds, much needed. Now we're looking at
they fought last week here as well for power grid. Ooh, flash,
what a
SKS.
SKS.
Yep. SKS right there is going to be getting the tap. Ooh, we got a scope on it as well. Jat G, yep, this is that angle. We saw Jat G in the buggy trying to wrap around, and now it's going to be paying off. As 2 members right now, though, unfortunate for them. The nice Goldblade and Blade were spotted, so I don't know if Jat G can really help them from this position without being spotted from Cat in the back end of this one. AZ pushing on up, trying to get the thirst.
Yeah, AZ just trying to make a play here, seeing what he can do. Only 2 up left, and man, look at this. 3 or not. I mean, it's all up to Jat G. Can Jat G
pretty much
hold it down? He's got the M16, no vest though. Gotta make a play here. Gotta make a play if he wants to keep his team alive, because Cat's just running through, just mowing down all the rest of his squad.
I mean, we were talking about this in game 1 as well with XSET and Klaze. Like, okay, who really wins this though? Like, even if Nova come out on top, even if Jat G gets to 1v2, like, you lost everything. You lost all your teammates in the process. I don't know. I know they're trying to fight for this drop spot.
Oh, he got one!
The burst though.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't get the thirst. That was close. That was close. But like I was saying though, Jukes, like, okay, Nova, they won the gunfight. They have 2 up. But they're already 4 minutes into this match. They have no loot, and they lost 2 of their squad mates already. Like, I don't know, man. Is power grid even that OP? Is it worth it?
I mean, like, I think they're both trying to fight for that spot right now. If they get it to themselves, I mean, it's a pretty central location. Could be strong. At the same time, there's just Miramar. So many different places you can loot. And you do not, I mean, that's like the rule of all the top teams. Avoid early engagements as much as you possibly can. Federal's got a grenade here ready for HQA. And Loops, man, they can smell the blood in the water. They want to take out HQA right now.
Yeah, look at that. Sky's kind of pushed off on their lonesome, being pinned down, and I believe, yep, gonna be looking at from Carrillo. Kowalski out here cooking a grenade, prepping it. Can hear all these footsteps right in front of him. You already know Kowalski wants to toss his grenade in, just waiting for the perfect time, kind of baiting out that door. Oh, you saw that? Trying to bait out the door right there to get that movement going right here. Nueve back there, just waiting. It's a stalemate.
And that worked so well, just pulling that pin. Oh, what a nade. That could be good. A little too far out right there. But yeah, pulling that pin, it just gets some players thinking, oh, you know what? I'm going to jump out right now because he's got a grenade in his hand. But, oh, look at this. You see in the kill feed, Spec knocking Tensa with a grenade. Always interesting to see.
Yeah, I wonder how that one happened. Looks like we are going to have G25. Papito getting pretty close as well. I'm surprised Skies is still alive. Skies remaining undetected over there. Loops. You got Dadden looking at Papito. You got Federal, M16. Got the Tommy as well. Everybody just kind of trying to find exactly where their enemies are, trying to get that information related back to their teammates.
Yeah, just trying to make a play right now. Neither of them want to just push in blind. They're trying to be able to use their utility, try to get an entry knock to really set this up. And you can see, Kowalski there just trying to get it done. Pulling them pins. Federal, he's got the grenade locked and loaded. Will he be able to pick this one up? We'll see. Could be good. Oh, and he does!
Okay. That's good. That's money right there. That is money. Even after getting that knock, though, you don't see Loops trying to just full on send it. They look like they want to get another one before trying to make sure to breach the building, the first floor. Carrillo, Federal, here we come. They're working together as a unit. Dad in over there. Ooh, but pushing up the stairs by your lonesome. Gonna be getting knocked, but the support from the squad mates, Kowalski right behind him.
Yeah, he saw him push there by himself, but not for very long. The rest of the Loops was right there behind to help with that assist. They're going to throw up a smoke, it looks like, to kind of do a little bit of a reset here. Once they get Federal up and healed, they're going to be coming in hot.
Yeah, G25 on the outskirts of this one. We see them just looking in this direction, trying to capitalize on any mistakes
so smart
right here, trying to third party it.
So it looks like
closing the door.
Yeah, it looks like he closed the door to avoid the nades. That's super smart because that nade's going to bounce right off that door right there. Really well played. Now, Molotovs usually are able to break the door. Oh! Q-Wing with that spot.
Little hole in the floor right there. Little hole in the floor. Q-Wing getting aggressive. Pushing down. Oh, but look at right behind him. Behind him, two members from Loops hot on pursuit right there. Getting that instant kill. Looks like Q-Wing was able to knock down Dadden, but the revive coming on out. And now Skies, the last one alive for HQA. We see Garcia out there in the distance from Brazilian Rampage, and then still up here on the hill, we're going to have G25. So I do believe, yep, I think Skies' position actually is going to be compromised. If it's not, they have a really solid idea on where they are.
And you can just tell the difference, like, when you see these two different teams fight. Like, I mean, Loops, yeah, they've been knocked multiple times, but they're always there to support each other, and they pick each other back up immediately. HQA, just a little bit more separate. Every time they get knocked, they just, they're not able to get picked back up in time, and they get taken out. And just, you can see Carrillo. Will he go in for the 1v1? He does. Oh, no, actually, it's not. His team's already there. Ready to push on in, and it's over. Done.
Yeah, look at that. Yep.
The BM too. I mean, like
the BM.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it looks like even I thought I was like Carrillo's gonna do a 1v1 here. No, I mean like the Loops is just so they execute together so well. Here comes Cloud9 trying to do something similar against Ito. Look at that pre-fire.
Pre-firing those doors right there. Here comes a couple grenades from Pyro to make sure to stop the push, the aggression right now from G25. They got two members up there on the hill. Two members right there in the doorways ready to breach. I don't know if this is a fight that they want to take unless they got their squad mates on the hill to provide them the cover. Bayo with the grenade. That's going to be making this a 3v3 right here in front of us. Pyro looking to connect, looking to get the knock onto Quinto out here on the outskirts.
Trying to make it happen. Queso with that pre-fire, got the AK. Oh, great shimmies right there.
The
Taking out
thirst.
Uneven in a 1v1. And it looks like Udiko Ilu is at the top. I wonder at what point are they just going to decide to try and get down there and support their team?
I don't think they are. I don't think they are. Papito out here on the back end of this, still taking some shots onto loops, almost losing their vehicle in the process. So honestly, what it looks like to me, G25 kind of spread too far, too thin. They're taking too many fights at the same time, and I think they're going to pay the price. And you know what? They did get uneven out of that, though.
Yeah, they did end up getting 1 point, but at what cost? You know, you already see Italok's about to get thirsted right now. It's going to leave them with 2 members, and they are being gate kept so hard right now. They're pinched. Oh, great shots right there. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, when you see loops, and these guys, when they get knocked, they always have a player. They always get knocked in a position where they can get picked back up easily. And you see a lot of these other teams that you see kind of struggle. They always play separate, and when they get knocked, they're either put out in the open in a position where they can't get revived. So that's definitely, I think, something to really look into if you're a squad that's watching this right now and, you know, trying to make some adjustments going into the rest of the scrims. Cloud9, yeah, 2 kills. Still playing this pretty strong. What do you think about that, Dave?
If they're watching it, they done goofed up. All right, they done goofed up. I appreciate the aggression, I do, but I don't think you can have 2 squad mates breach a compound. Meanwhile, the other 2 teammates on the hill taking shots at another squad. That just doesn't work out. I appreciate the confidence. I just think you need your full-blown attention. And you know what? At first, I get it, right? They're trying to, you know, take all the shots, get the thirds, get the knocks. But then once when they realized it was Cloud9, I feel like they should have devoted more attention to it because, like, okay, it's Cloud9. Let's try to make sure to clean them up. It's a fairly good squad in the lobby, so it's going to be a challenging fight. And you got to use your numbers, right? You got to use your numbers to your advantage. I just feel like they were just too thirsty with trying to third party that Loops individual. I think it wasn't even the team. It was just one person from Loops all the way out there. And now look at this. Now Cloud9 and Loops are actually going to be fighting each other. So, yeah, G25, feel like they had the upper hand on the Cloud9. I'm not going to lie. They did.
I mean, yeah, they did, but I mean, it's like, it's kind of, I mean, can you imagine the confidence to try and just duo squad? Carrillo taking out Bayo out the vehicle, leaving those last 2 members. But I mean, that's like the worst 2 teams. You're trying to 2v4, you know? Like, you're going, you're 2v4ing Cloud9 on one side, and then you're 2v4ing Loops on the other. Yeah, I don't think that'll ever end up pretty good. But I mean, it's just, I think as far as positioning goes, if you like you see Cloud9 Loops, when they get knocked, man, they're just so quick at throwing those smokes and being able to be in a position to get revived. And other teams, you see them kind of separate, out in the open, and when they get knocked, it's just automatic thirst. So I think that's a big, you know, gotta be able to watch where your positioning is really carefully.
Maybe like when you're taking those shots, right? Because
Sure.
I mean, if you're taking shots, the chances of you getting shot back are pretty high. So I would make sure to add on to your point, just to make sure there's cover nearby, you know? So if you do get knocked, you can crawl.
Oh, wow. Kelly, bye-bye.
Make sure you can crawl behind the cover and not get instantly thirsted, right? Because, I mean, you do have some time. If you do get knocked and you do have some cover, like, there's definitely time for your squad mates to respond and try to keep you safe, try to get the revive on you. But if you're in the wide open, like, you're just asking to get thirsted right there, that easy point. As, you know, Telly getting knocked right there on the back seat of the buggy. The back seat of the buggy, nobody ever really wants to be there unless they have to. It's just such a dangerous spot to be on transit right in. So, yeah, looking on over here, Garcia still looting. We see some grenades popping out. Garcia is going to be using his pan. Oh, but Garcia, the last one alive for the squad mate. Unlucky right here.
Yeah, I'm lucky for him. And, yo, like, I mean, King A, Telly, you're my boy. But, man, I kid you not, King A didn't even let out the gas right there. As soon as Telly got popped out, he was gone and out of there. Now we're looking here at the rest. Yeah, speaking of back of the buggy, Dadden is going to be holding his position. 5 kills so far for Loop. Strong start for them. Always, you know, so dominant. I know we talk about them a lot, ladies and gentlemen, but, I mean, heck, even these other pro players talk about them a lot. These guys are just been crushing it so far in the North American region. And We're starting to see them rotate on. Pyra still alive here. Just trying to find a position. And yeah, you can see Kowalski up on top with that M4. Looking really, really pretty here. Set up, nice and ready to go. Love to see that. Love to see those kind of plays come out. And at the same time, you just see Pyra holding this angle really, really well. Just trying to snake his way on in at the edge of this circle here. So anything can happen, that's for sure. We'll have to find out exactly how he's going to go about this play. I mean, that's the one thing about Pyra. This man's always the last one alive when it comes to Cloud9. I think his survival time is just insane. And speaking of insane, this zone has shifted hard down to the south. Look at that. I mean, Tempo, Tribe, they are feeling really good, especially Tribe, considering that they're at the edge of that circle. They're feeling really good. But Loops, Cloud9, execute. Gonna have to make the move.
Yeah, Tribe looking to get a really good chicken here. Influence right there. Meta as well. Pretty solid position. I'm interested to see, Loops on their transition. Like, they're going to have to ride by Klaze, as we see them doing that right now. We see them working their way on right towards Nova, so maybe Nova will be able to kind of get in front of them, try to gatekeep them. But honestly, Cloud9 really lucking out there. And when I say lucking out is because Loops, I feel like we're on the hunt. Loops were definitely hunting down Cloud9. So Loops, changing direction right there with this new shift.
And it makes sense, too. I mean, like, especially when you're in that early mid-game, that's the time you're going to always expect a third party. So if Loops, Loops has to think of Cloud9 as one of their main competition going to PMPL. So if they heard those shots, saw some knocks on C9, and they're close by, they're going to try to come and get that third party done. So we'll have to see how it all ends up playing out. Loops is going to try to push into the zone. Tempo will be most likely on the gatekeep, but they're pretty split up. And you look, I mean, Loops, they never leave each other. They're always just so close together.
Ooh. So Tribe out here, King A is going to get thirsted by fanboys out here. 1 kill on the board for Execute. They do have all their squad mates up, looking really good here this game. They're going to have 2 members of Tribe right in front of them. G3 in the bush, waiting behind this trailer, using it for cover. Might actually spot out Kill Switch as they make their approach right there on the edge of the new zone.
Yeah, and you can see him just trying to make some plays. We got BDM Esports, all 4 up in the center right here. They're feeling pretty good right now. They got to be feeling themselves. Klaze, man, running a 2-2 split. Really dangerous this late in the game, especially in Miramar. So difficult to rotate. If you try driving right now this late, you're going to get blown up, like, almost instantly. But there's a lot of buildings, a lot of coverage. So you might be okay here. As it looks like they're only going against a duo right now, which is G25. Pepito and Unico Ilu.
Ooh, I just heard a bolt right there. Yeah, you heard that one. Putting fear. Andres cooking this grenade. Don't throw it on Orlando, but Papito right in front of him from G25. Ooh, grenade going to be getting tossed out from Orlando. Right there in the front lines. Klaze, they still have 4 up. Still got 4 up. They're looking to get those follow-up nades. They can assume that the revive is going to be coming on out. They're getting a little aggressive. Going to be actually damaging themselves there a little bit with that nade.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that one kind of hurt. The rest of Klaze, it looks like they're finally starting to group up together. Love to see that. They're at the edge of the circle. It's only zone number 4, but man, teams have been going out like crazy due to that hard shift. Only 11 teams remaining right now. Ninforum, we're looking at him, switching on over to G25. Oh, Garcia from Brazilian Rampage is really close by. And Unico Edu has got that sensation that he is. Oh, look at that, in the crate. Full laydown mode.
Yeah, Garcia has been really struggling in this game as a solo player, just trying to remain undetected. Just a couple minutes ago, Nova was hot on the case, hunting down Garcia. Now it looks like G25, one of their members, are going to be attempting to gatekeep Garcia.
You like that movement
Garcia,
there?
though, yeah, that's a pretty solid movement. Garcia, though, in the back of the dump truck.
I mean, he's just chilling right now. I mean, and the zone does favor them as well. So, I mean, that's going to be a pretty good feeling for him. You know, Loops, they have been having a hard time trying to get into this next circle. Nova with Cat and AZ still alive. They got 6 kills to themselves. Strong game from them, but man, you always got to watch out when Carrillo, this guy is a savage, is still alive. 4 kills on his own already. 8 kills in total for Loops.
Look at all the cover that they're making for themselves as well. I mean, trying to blow up the vehicle, tossing out all these smokes just to make sure to safely get that crate. AZ, though, has an idea. There's going to be an enemy right here. Tossing 1, tossing 2, tossing 3 grenades right now. Looking to make the pull up. Go for that spray down through the smokes right there. 6 kills on the Nova. Ooh, actually going to be connecting 1 or 2 bullets right there. But Carrillo tossing out some grenades of their own. AZ, that nade might roll down right to the footsteps. Nova, they know there's an enemy here. They want to clear this one out.
I mean, look how well Carrillo's movement. He's been surviving here. Free Fire comes on out. Stuck in a big 2v1.
The jump shot.
One?
The jump shot not paying off. Cat, though, able to save him.
I mean, Cat, yeah, that 2v1 was just too strong right there. I mean, they played that perfectly. But that just shows, like, even Carrillo almost, he got one. And that just shows, like, if Cat wasn't there at that second, the door could have been open. I mean, this guy, I mean, he's just a monster when it comes to these kind of situations. But that's going to be it for them. You know, big plays for Nova. You know, they got to be hyped after that one. And Meta's actually in a really good position on top of that hill. They're going to be overviewing everybody down here.
Meta up here, they're looking down on top of this gas station. Vito is still trying to take some shots up there on the high ground to Nova. I mean, these shots are super far. Oh, man. Nova, yeah, do they even know who's shooting them at this point?
Yeah, because, I mean, they got shot from Pepito, but Duck from BDM was able to get that knock. They did get the quick revive with those smokes. Next circle goes on up. This is going to be the deciding factor right here. Who's going to have the best chance at winning this? Where is it going to go? Ooh, on the road,
good for
too.
Nova.
Yeah, really good for Nova. Really unfortunate for Meta. Oh, close nade.
That was close. Yeah, that was super close. Bouncing off the windowsill right there. And the determination from Klaze, not even flinching right there. Not even flinching. So here comes the duo. The last 2 remaining members, 4G25. Pepito, your favorite, trying to get the wipe right here. Tossing a grenade right on top of Orlando, but they're so tucked away in those closets that these grenades just are not finding the mark.
Yeah, but G25, they know that they have to push this. They have to push this right now. 12 seconds left on the clock. They need to get this finish so they can move into this next zone. Oh, and it looks like Andres is able to get that first knock on the Unico. It's all up to Pepito to make the plays. Uzi out. Jump shot. Hello. Gets one.
There's one.
With the blue zone. I think he's got to go for the finish here. Get the point. Oh, yep, he tried. Will he go for the heal? Does he have any?
Yeah, here comes a grenade. Orlando calling for his squad mate to come over here and make their way to the doorway, but not able to do so. Orlando looking for Pepito, but Pepito is going to be spotted. Orlando, though, again, chunked out pretty low there towards the end. That was awfully close. BDM, they got 4 alive. They're going to be up here in the silos. They got smoke everywhere. Looks like they're going to be trying to take some shots onto Nova, but there's another team right on top of them, so they need to be careful. Yeah, Influence right here on the other side of these barrels, waiting for them to peek their heads around this corner.
Yeah, I thought that they were going after each other, but it just turns out that BDM was just focused on Nova up the hill right now. Oh, if this smoke goes out, he's going to see Luis there. And Influence, man, these 2 squads are just hugging each other right now. And focus on 2 different things.
All right, now they know.
Oh, what a
NTX
nade!
Tossing out a grenade right there. Now they know if they were not aware before, like to put it, the eviction notice. Neto in the dirt, swapping on over to the SLR for the up-close and personal gunfight right there. Wow, okay, there's 2 up. Duck gonna be sending it on in.
Oh, so he's
really low HP. Looks like BDM, though, coming out on top just in time. Oh, they're actually getting shot, too. Oh, where are we getting shot from?
That is pan. So lucky. That bullet hit his pan. He was so low. He would have been dead if that touched him. Really well played there. And look at this. This is what I was talking about. Meta. They've been on top of this hill this whole time. Unfortunately, only 1 kill so far. But great positioning. as it looks like they have already secured at least top 3. And, oh, Lukitas. This is the time he's just like, why do I not have a scope right now? Oh.
Yeah. I mean, BDM, they got 2 crates, actually. They're going to be getting 2 crates.
You know what they
They
don't
might
got?
have the better position.
They don't got a Pyra. That's for sure. Pyra
They
from
don't have
Cloud9.
Pyra.
This is a tradition right here. You know, if there's gonna be one up left, it's gonna be the Catman himself. You know, and he's in a really good spot. If BDM actually gets into it with Meta, he could third party and really make something happen. We'll see how it works out though.
Ooh, Laquita's giving away their position up here.
How does he not
Going
see
for
him?
that vehicle explosion. Gonna be popping up, taking some shots onto one of the members from BDM, able to get behind that cover. Laquita's tossing out some smokes. They know they need to push off of their high perch up here. Gonna be working their way down to this next lift. Abdul go for that spray down, not able to get that final shot. There we go. Abdul connecting onto one.
Jumping down.
Yep, Pyro. I'm still looking at Pyro though. Could backstab this one.
And Pyra's playing this super quiet right now. Does not want to bring any attention to himself. Wants to wait for the right moment to strike. And there he goes. Getting some shots with Lukitas. Both of them super low. They need to focus on Meta though.
Lukitas.
Oh, Lukitas getting it done.
Yep, getting it done. 2 up for BDM. Nito tossing out a molly over there. That might be good. Actually gonna be coming on over here to the smokes to get the revive. Looks like the double revive coming on out right now. So it's gonna actually end up being a 4v1. Lukitas trying to boost on up.
Yeah, Lukitas is I don't think he has any utility left, or he would have probably thrown it. BDM is throwing out some smokes just to get the full reset, and then they're gonna push hard. Lukitas has to make an insane play here. Good luck. Not gonna be easy. Lay down. Energy drink.
Uh-oh.
Big chillin'. Nades out. Oh, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, they know. They're starting to collapse in. Luquita's gonna be spotted. Here comes the bullets firing on out. Luquita's Meta able to secure themselves a 2nd place right there in that game. BDM 1st place, and then like you put it here tonight, Pyro the Cat right there able to sneak their way on up to that 3rd place spot.
And it's gotta be, and you gotta give a lot of props to BDM, because BDM, at the start of the scrims last week didn't have the best performance I think they would have hoped for. Meta Gaming as well, but man, I'm telling you, a lot of these teams are starting to make it happen here in week number 2 of the scrims.
Yeah, and like we said, we have a clean slate, right? So coming into today, all the scores wiped to 0. So pretty much, like you said, if a team BDM, Klaze, these squads, we'll see here in a moment too where they finish overall, but these teams, they don't have that mental block of looking at last week's scoreboard where they were all the way at the bottom, right?
Sure.
They're like, okay, we got these many points we need to catch up to 1st place Loops, who have 100 kills last week. So it's kind of like they're not going to be tilted looking at the scoreboard. It's fresh, it's clean, it's all about making progress. And like you said, BDM today is night and day. Looking at them today and looking at them last week.
Yeah, and this has got to help their overall just, mental awareness and morale, because to be able to have big games like this, I mean, these are the best teams in the world right here. So this is going to give them a lot of confidence, and I love to see some other teams have great performances, because at the end of the day, the competition, if the skill cap raises from everybody's got to get better, baby. So guess what? We got the scores, though. Let's find out to see who is going to be on top after day number 1 of week 2. And as we go to the first page, it's going to be BDM Esports.
Wow. BDM able to clutch it out by 2 more points over Tempo Storm. Loops, all right. G25, not too bad. So, yeah, Loops is an all right. You already know.
I mean, anytime you see, it's like we're like not even shocked at this point, right? Okay, yeah, they're gonna bounce up the top 3. Tempo, but you mentioned it earlier, how it was like a battle between Loops and Tempo as far as like in kills overall. So I mean, to see them here in 2nd and 3rd, I don't think is any surprise. But man, BDM showed up big time today.
Yeah, today has to be a confidence booster and hopefully change the direction, for the squad. They can use this momentum. They have the confidence in themselves. They know they can perform in this lobby. And with that alone, it's like they drank the chicken juice, right? Ooh. They got the juice. It's flowing through their veins. They know they have what it takes. They have the keys to success. So hopefully we can continue to see these nice games from BDM. Looking down here, execute Klaze, Brazilian Rampage. I'm surprised with Brazilian Rampage because we saw them in a lot of fights here tonight, but only 9 total kills. I guess they just weren't able to get those confirms.
Yeah, it's so tough to be able to do that, especially here. I mean, it's still, you know, week 2 now. They still got 3. We still got 3 more days to go of scrims, and a lot of opportunities to be able to make plays. Just today just wasn't their day. Moving on over to the last page here. As you can see here, HQA now, after day number 1, have almost matched how many placement points they got in week 1 so far.
Yeah, and that was after 4 days. So they're already off to a better start than what we saw them last week. XSET, tough drop spots here tonight. I'm just going to leave it at that. Tough drop spots here tonight. So hopefully they can go back, review the VODs, and correct that. And of course the results are going to be skewed, like we said, going into this game. Some teams, they played 2 games today. Some teams, they played 3. So it's going to be a little uneven when we look at that. But all in all, this last page,
look at the score.
Pretty surprising. Pretty surprising for B4 as well. They're like the 3rd top damage leader last week as a team. So they just had a rough day 1 here this week as well.
I mean, it's crazy. Look at these last 7 squads. A lot of them played 3 matches, and all these last 7 under 10 points. This new score system. It's not messing around, Dave. It's
yeah.
brutal. It's brutal. I mean, like, I think you put it perfectly earlier. You have to get top 5 if you want to get placement points, and if you don't get top 5, you got to bring the kills. So now I'm wondering, like, these earlier engagements, I think they're just so much more valuable. Because let's say you get a squad wipe, that's 4 points. And if you go out in, you know, 12th place or up to almost 8th, you know, that's only 1 point of placement. So that's going to be 5 in total. That's a huge game. I mean, that's I don't know. I mean, this is just
yeah.
It's no joke.
I mean, they're valuable in a sense that if you do find yourself in it, you need to make sure to win them. Right?
Oh yeah.
I feel like there's also another end to that one. It's to avoid early fights at all costs, right? Because it's too risky, and I believe that's kind of what we saw here today. A lot, like pre-20 minutes, every single map. I mean, that last game was a little crazier, but every single map, like before 20 minutes, we really didn't see much movement. It's all just dealing with the zones and trying to reposition. But we didn't really see teams, you know, gunning for one another. And I think it's because, like we're saying here tonight, they're starting to realize the point system. You want to be top 5, man. You want to be top 5. And I feel like if you find yourself in a top 5 situation, then that's when you flip the switch and you go all out rampage mode. You start hunting down players, because at that point I feel like you have nothing to lose, just a chicken dinner in front of you and the opportunity to maybe get some kill points underneath your belt as well.
Hey, we'll love the take. Thank you guys so much for watching here today. Here, that's going to wrap it up for day number 5, week number 2, day 1 of week number 2 of the PMPL Americas Scrims. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. We will catch you guys tomorrow with some more PMPL action. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you guys go, you know, follow all the different channels, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you, guys.